All right, let's do this. Let's get this going because he wants to jump in. He can jump in. All right, yo, Think This Podcast, episode 208. George obviously still out sick. Andy back.
What's up?
Rico is supposed to come, maybe. I don't know. So he might come in and jump in on the podcast at some point. Appreciate everybody who likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. Everybody who listened to the episode last week. I hate doing those closet episodes, though. Like, I absolutely hate doing those. I mean, they seem to turn out fine, but I can't.
It's weird, I bet, to record that.
It's not too bad recording it. It's just that like you really lose track of time when you're in there. There's absolutely people. I'm not trying to do 3-hour episodes in that closet. When you're talking, it's like when you're in the studio. Like you all feel the same energy, so you know it's like it's time to go. Like all right, let's get this over with. Like you can kind of like give each other these like non-verbal cues of like, all right, you know, it's time to go. When you like ask questions in the closet, I'm just staring at my wife section of the closet, just staring, and then I look down. Like at one point, the camera died, the battery died, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, and
I remember one point.
It goes like black for like this small period of time, and then I had another camera that I was testing because we bought this 4K camera a while ago, and it was for my wife to do stuff. And I bought it, but it never acted right. And I don't know, maybe somebody else can help me with this, but like it doesn't record like these nonstop.
Oh, that's weird.
It'll go like maybe like 25 minutes and stop for about 12 seconds, then come back on and then stop and then come back on. So like once I'm done looking at the SD card, it's like 25 separate clips of like an
That's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was trying to test that out. So luckily I had that going in order to like kind of add it. That's why the end of that video looked way different than the other one. But shout out to the homie Curtis when they're talking. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
That. I don't know. My wife was like, "Oh, is George come back today?" And I said, "No." I said, "It's up to George. Like, whenever he wants to come back." I was like, "Oh, Andy and Rico supposed to." She's like, "Oh, good. I like them." I was like, "Okay, cool." So you guys got fans of my wife. So.
Yeah.
We are doing top 10. Is it fictional?
Fictional teams.
From television movies?
Television and movies.
Just TV movies? Or is there anything else? I don't know anything else. I did TV movies.
No, I thought we were doing movies/TV.
Okay, okay. Shout out to Saul the Kid. He's the one that had the idea. And I was a little like, dang, I don't know how come I didn't think of that. And then when I sent it to you guys, we were like, oh, that's a good idea.
It is a good idea. It was hard. It was hard to make that list.
Was it hard or was it like, man, they didn't seem as fire as I thought?
There was some of that, but then there's also like stuff like movies you don't think about or TV shows like, I mean, you think of like maybe like Fresh Prince and the Bel Air jerseys.
Yeah.
And then like, but like we were talking about earlier, like Saved by the Bell's had some jerseys or like some random shows that like you'll see it once or twice and not really think about.
Yeah, but I had like tried to make my list just off top at first before I started looking. Which one I did that same thing. Oh, okay. And which did you ever like do any research at all or no?
So what I did is I made I didn't put it in order, but I made it and then I sent it to my homie who I do jerseys and things with, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a good one." And he added a couple, and then so I was thinking about it, and then today I kind of looked up a few more, but I didn't add any that I looked up.
See, I was surprised at how many websites had like already done it before.
Complex had like in 2015 or something. I was
like there were so many sites that already did this, and I was like, oh shoot, like I didn't think about it. The only issue that I ran into was like, I don't think ever watching these shows, the only one I could think of clearly you were Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks is the only one where I remember watching it thinking those are tight. Like I don't remember ever thinking that like watching any of the other movies. Yeah. And then the other ones were, what was funny was like Hoosiers. So Hoosiers is clearly real, it's a real thing. Yeah. But they said the jerseys weren't necessarily the ones that they wore. And I didn't put Hoosiers in it. I mean, it's close enough. But like, you know when the Pacers wear, what's it like, hickory?
Yeah.
Whatever those.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I only read that because they were saying that it was clearly about Indiana Hoosiers, whatever, but they were saying that the jerseys and something were loosely resembled theirs. So it was like some color differences and stuff, but the movie's so old you can't tell what it is.
And like that's probably like copyright kind of thing that they had to like mix
it was something like that. And then there was a couple where I didn't know if they were true stories or not.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because I sent a list to another like group of sports fans, and they were starting like, oh, Major League, like the Indians. I was like, no, that's a real team. You can't say that. Like, which we started talking about it, and I actually came up with an idea for a good list, which top 10 fictional athletes.
Oh, that's a good one too. I already know my number one for that. I already know my number one. Which my number one for that might be. Well, what's fictional athlete?
Like, they're not a real, like, say Keanu Reeves in The Replacements.
Okay.
Or Jamie Foxx in Any Given
Did they
Sunday.
actually have to play in the movie or the show? Could they be telling a story about how they were great?
Like in The Sandlot?
No, I'm thinking with Al Bundy and playing for Polk.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would be my number one.
Because there's a lot of movies like that where you could just do the athletes, and you can add, like, you know, Wild Thing Vaughn in the Major League and stuff like that.
I watched Sandlot probably like a few months ago with my son. It was whack, not whack, but like how like James Earl Jones had like that picture of him in Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Stuff like that always makes me laugh. You're like, not Babe. What's his real name? John? Was it John?
Yeah.
Was it John?
Maybe, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Hank? Hey, John, whatever. It was like, it was, John?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, John.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
That movie's weird because, like, when Benny the Jet, like, steals home and the dude's the announcer and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
like, that's so corny at the end.
I hated that hat that had that big bill, that
The
fish hat.
V-neck.
Oh, my gosh. But I will say that, like, once I started doing the research, I was like, man, I don't know if a lot of them look similar to, like, jerseys now, but...
Yeah.
And then some that I like immediately movies I thought of, I forgot. I hadn't seen them in so long. I forgot that they were real things. Like you said, like with Major League with Indians, and I was thinking of like 6 Man. I don't know if you've seen the movie with Marlon Wayans. Yeah, but they played for the Huskies.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, like I used to love that movie.
Well, what Rico said in the text thread, he was like, "Oh, I wanted to put Rockford Peaches on there for
Rockford Peaches.
A League of Their Own."
Oh yeah. I thought about that, and I looked at theirs, but that's
it's
a real
real.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what I had to do. I had
Yeah.
to look up true story ones. There's one that I have on mine. Oh wait, you know what? Let me check. I don't know if I put it on here. No, I didn't. I had it on at one point. Why did I take it off? I don't know. There's one I had that's an actual school. But when I looked up the school's history, I looked at like actual school in New York. They never wore those jerseys.
Oh, okay.
So their
It's not
colors.
on your list?
No.
What is it?
It was Sunset Park.
I can't remember the jerseys.
They were like burgundy, I think. Said Sunset Park. It had the lady from Cheers. She was the bartender, and then Danny DeVito, I think, was in it, and then like Fredro Starr and like a few people. But I looked up the school. Like, wait a minute, Sunset Park's a school in Brooklyn, and I looked up their actual basketball team and stuff. But they wore purple. But I don't know if they wore purple now.
Yeah, I mean
then.
that school could be 100 years old.
Right. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. So I left that off. But what did I was gonna ask you? What was Leonardo DiCaprio? That Basketball Diaries? Remember they had a basketball movie and like didn't he die from AIDS in it?
I don't remember that one.
Oh, I think it was Basketball Diaries where he was
I've
like
never seen that.
sick. Yeah, it's a really old movie, but like I can't remember what it was, and I started thinking of Hoop Dreams, but that's the real story or whatever. So it was a lot of them I thought about.
Did you put any? So like some movies have a lot of teams in them, and they're not the main jerseys. Did you ever put any of those on there?
Oh yeah, well, see, I know you got now because I got that on mine.
We'll see. I mean, I
know what it is.
There's a few movies. I think 2 of them on my list are like that.
Oh, you have 2?
Yeah.
Let me see. Dang, 2? Mm-hmm. How'd you even figure out? See, you must have. I guess I could have done that.
Well, we'll see. I think it'd be a good list.
I didn't know yours in.
We'll see.
I know both of them then. Because one of them definitely have. The other one I know we don't have.
Okay.
So I know exactly what the other ones is. Which, the one that I think that you're talking about is probably better than the main team ones. It's basketball, right?
I don't want to say it now.
Oh, okay. All right. Any pickups, anything this week?
Man, no.
You bought jerseys though?
Yeah, but no shoes.
Oh, okay.
I don't even remember what Lease Life League took out. Oh, Muslin Fours took an L. What came out the Friday?
I didn't wake up for it. I forgot.
Yeah, I did. It was a Friday, so I'm up early.
Wait, was it a Friday?
No, what was it?
No, it was a Saturday.
Yeah, what was Friday?
Friday
Was it Dunk?
There was another Dunk?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was on sneakers. It sold out. It was the draw. It was the Grateful Dead. Dunks were on last Friday. The yellow ones.
Dead Dunks.
The yellow furry ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something else. Yo, what is Rico talking about? Just finished. Oh, my God. When y'all get there, hit me up. Well, you talking about let him call in his top 10. All right, Rico, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Dang, isn't that a camera setup weird? It's like one far away.
Yeah, so I took L's on everything for sneaker related, you know. But only thing I copped Cleveland Indians restock on Het Haven, it's an all red one with the side patch, the World Series.
What's on the front?
It's,
The actual Indian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wanted to buy one of those, and I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to buy this anymore. So,
well, I mean, that's the thing. That's my team from back in the days before the
Right.
Diamondbacks, and I was like, they're not going to have these much anymore, but I'm just going to grab it.
I really was like gonna buy one of those this weekend, like from a few places, and I was like, am I supposed to buy the Indian, man? Like, I don't want to be like discriminative,
Yeah.
but then like I look online and everybody wearing them, and I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I'll hold off on them and buy it.
So I got that, but it hasn't even shipped yet. Like the last time I ordered from them, it shipped like next day. It's been like a week and it hasn't shipped.
See, Tapes always, I think Hat Haven as a place he's always had like issues with, or they canceled his orders. Maybe it was like exclusive fitted.
That it was that one that he was having issues with.
You pre-ordered the other one, though, didn't you?
Yeah, and then I pre-ordered the ones that ship in November, so I'm not going to get that for a while. The Diamondbacks one, I only got that one. And then the Suns Team Shop had a sale, one item 50% off, and then they cut all the orange jerseys 50% off. So I got a Booker jersey in the orange, and then I got a Cameron Johnson jersey
like
purple.
All type, swingman, authentics.
They don't sell authentics online, but I got swingman, so it was $55 for a swingman, which it's usually $110.
Swingmans cost $100?
$110.
Oh,
It's Nike, man.
Well, they're like better swingmans than like the ones we grew up with.
Yeah. I have a few of them already, and they're nice. They're breathable. They're really lightweight, so that's good. And they have the nice like today's fit. So I got 2 of those, and
that Mellow jersey you bought, is that brand new?
the one I posted yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not new with tags, but it looks pretty clean.
It looks really brand new. Is that authentic game?
Yeah,
That one looks, what size is that?
a 2X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and that's the Reebok one, so it's a little longer even too. And it's like the one that's like kind of shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of inventory just in for like selling, so hit me up.
Man, you must be looking everywhere for stuff, because some of the stuff you post, I'm like, dude, I haven't even seen that jersey besides looking at Nuggets pictures or whatever. When we did jerseys the other day, I was like, man, I forgot they wore these.
Yeah.
And back then, I think I hated them, but then I was like, they're not too bad.
They're not bad. They actually ordered 3 more because I was looking at comps for that one, what to price it at.
There's more than Mellows?
No, well, I got one more Mellow, and then I got a Kenyon Martin, and I got a Nene. All 3 authentics and a 2X, the same.
You ordered them from somewhere?
Yeah, or I got them off eBay. I got 3 of them for a good price. And then, like, Tapes bought that Knicks jersey from me, like, as soon as I posted it. Like, you don't see those really.
Yeah, you don't see that. What was it, Allen Houston?
Yeah. And that joint was clean. Like, it looked brand new.
A lot of the jerseys you be getting, they're big.
I mean, I've been focused on a lot of the Nike swingmans and those, because, like, champion ones are getting more expensive. So I think the next wave is going to be the Nike ones. And you know how back it was in those days. Like, you always got the XL, 2X, 3X.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that's the only ones you come across. You don't really see many mediums or larges or...
Well, you know what's crazy is, like, even back then with buying jerseys back then, like, I think, well, we were wearing them so big that we really thought we wore like a 48. Like, it wasn't even a thought of looking at anything less. So it was like, I was telling, I think I was talking to my wife, I was talking to somebody, and I said, man, all those jerseys I got, Mitchell and Ness, I mean, 100 plus, they're worthless. Like, to me, like, for me, right? Yeah. And I gave a lot of them away to friends and stuff like that, but they were all a little bit bigger than me, a little bit, you know, they're like they're not too big and, you know, or super slim, so they were gigantic on them. But we really thought, like, I was like, dang, you got a 48? Like, I'm going to places looking for a 48. It wasn't even a consideration to look for anything below that. And then whenever you saw something below it, it was rare. I think the only jersey I had seen lower than that I could think of I had a chance to buy was when I got Ron Harper Cavs jersey. And I wanted the white Cavs Ron Harper, but they had the orange one, and it was like a 42 or
44 is a large, a 40 is a medium. So
it was a 40. I think it was a 40. And I think back then we were like, "Hey, look at the skin tight."
I know, right? Well, that's the thing. Like I had old jerseys back in the day, and I was looking at them when I pulled out of my parents' closet. It was all large. I had like one large, and then like all XL. And I'm like, damn, these were joints were down to my knees.
Down to my knees.
And now, like, I can't even fit a medium in those Nike jerseys. It's too big. Like, I wear a small in those, and I only have one. And
dude, all those clothes, even like buying like just a Ralph Lauren polo shirt.
Yeah.
Like, I would buy them. They're gigantic, and then I go to the store now and buy a medium. Sometimes the medium's too big.
Yep.
I'm like, I gotta buy a small in this.
I'm same way.
Like with the like casual fit, whatever those like custom fits, like whatever. I'm like, dang it, like I gotta actually buy a small in this. Like there is somewhere it'd be like the same thing, and it's skin tight medium, and then the other one would be like gigantic in a medium. I gotta buy a large in this one, but a medium in this one. All those jerseys are unreal. Like, man, like the Undefeated stuff I bought. And that's how I know, I think I talked about it on this podcast before, this is how I know when I need to buy a small is when they sell a extra small.
Oh yeah,
because,
that's for sure.
Yeah, because the Undefeated stuff that I bought, I finally wore, it's like a jersey t-shirt, and it has Undefeated in the back, and I wore it this weekend. It was way too big. I bought a medium. Like, it wasn't way too big, it looked fine, but it looked like one of those, when you could like pull it and it's too much air in it, I was like, oh, it's way too much air.
I have some Undefeated stuff in their mediums, and you notice like the sleeve comes down to like your elbow. And I need it like up here, so I need that small.
That's one thing I'm hating about stuff is that like with brands, they never do like the same shirt, whatever. Like if I buy,
what size is that one?
This is a medium, but I got a medium with it's like a big tennis ball, and it's a little bit bigger. Like, but then like even at Manor, like I got, you know, the one with the script Manor, like Diamondbacks colors, Braves colors, whatever colors. Those I got to medium skin tight. But then the ones before that, medium's perfect. Like I want to buy that Manor one with the orange on the back. Because like, well, I guess I could wear that with the dunks. It's a little different. But I got to go to the store. I can't buy it online and go get it or whatever. Because those skin tight ones, I can wear them in the house. I've never wore those skin tight ones out. That's how skin tight they are. Like anything where I can see my nipples, I don't do it. I hate that. I hate when like you take a picture and you can see your nipples. That drives me nuts. I hate it.
So what'd you get this week?
I did get the Ronnie Feig. I got a black pair.
Dang.
Now, this is how, though. I didn't get it. George got it for me. All right, which was very nice of him because
he sells everything.
They dropped. So this is what's crazy about that release. So they dropped the white and gold. Like, I'm out running through the neighborhood. Like, I was like, man, I'm going for a jog. I need fresh air. Like, we talked about being in the house. Man, like, people were like, it's hot outside, but it doesn't even bother me anymore because I'm in the house so much that when I just walk to the mailbox, I relish to just being out of there. So like I went for a run, like it was Friday when they dropped, and I think it was Friday, and I went for like a run through the neighborhood, and at some point like I just took my phone in my pocket and looked at it, and I could see George sent like a link like go, and like I'm like, oh God. And it was the white and gold ones. I will say the white and golds out of all of them aren't the best ones. Like it's too much white, you know, whatever. But he was able to get one off of it. And then I couldn't get one. Simple couldn't get one. And you know how their app, it was just out of control.
Oh, yeah.
No payment stuff was working. It was on, off. And I think in the beginning of it, they were trying to fight bots or battle it or whatever. So like it was acting all weird or whatever. So I didn't get that one. George got that one. And then they sent Saturday morning. Like they're not supposed to drop until Monday. Then either Saturday or Sunday, George sends me a text like, yo, they just randomly sent invoices to just people. Like,
what?
Yeah. So George was like, did you get this email? And I was like, what the heck? And they had sent him like basically just for the black pair, or the white pair, not the rose color one, the black or the white one.
Yeah.
So he bought one for himself right there, and then I think Simple did too. I think he got it. I don't know. And then I was like, man, ain't that's like,
how does that happen?
Yeah, I was so heated. So then when they dropped that day, tried, I lost, but George got through. He did the sock jig thing, put the sock in the car, do the thing, whatever. So he got me a 9.5, which was good. Nice. So I was definitely appreciative.
Shout out to George because I really wanted one of those. I still want to buy the rose pair, but I don't know if I can pay. Dope.
It is, but I don't know if I can pay $3. Dude. You got Jill like threes?
Nah.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
No, he texts me individually now.
Oh, what'd he say?
Same thing.
Oh, man, come on, Rico.
Yeah, they're fire. Those rose pairs fire.
Yeah, it is, and it's at a not too bad price right now. They were like $240, which isn't bad because I think they're $190.
I mean, retail's $150, so like, or $250. I mean, for you,
it is, but for some, well, you know what? It was $270. So Simple was like, oh, it's not too bad. They're like $270, but then you click it to see, and then dude, it comes out to like $298.
Yeah,
and I'm
shipping
like,
fees, tax,
all that stuff is out of control. Like it is way getting out of control. So I got that. I bought about 10 hats.
Yep.
I gotta stop buying hats. I think I'm done with hats. I think I have to stop buying hats until the green ones come in. Then like it has to be done because
I unfollowed like 3 pages.
I think I might.
But you send the links all the time, so like,
that's what sucks.
I know.
Because I really wanted to buy that Diamondbacks one with the teal, but I had already said like I'm not buying anymore. I pre-ordered. Technically, I got 5 green eggs and ham ones because I caught one on a restock before they did the pre-order.
Oh, okay.
So I had a Giants one that came yesterday, and then I got 4 on the pre-order, and I only got 4 because I was like, I was telling I think I was talking to Cortez, which he's only 7. It doesn't make a difference. But every time we have dinner and stuff, the kids are always asking them like, what's your favorite animal? Like all these crazy questions. And they were like, oh, what's your favorite color? And they want to hear like primaries, like red, yellow, blue, and
not
I was
like mauve or
so like I was
salmon.
like, so I'm like, nah, olive green, forest green. I'm like navy, I'm like all these like colors, and they're like, well, what is? And they don't know those colors. They know green, they know light green, dark green, whatever. And I was like, the dark green hat just kind of goes with everything. I got the Diamondbacks one, I got Dodgers, Cardinals, and another team. I don't remember what it was. And the Giants one. Oh, Angels. And I got an Angels one. But I was telling Tapes, I was like, dude, it's so hot out here. Like yesterday, I was kind of outside a little bit more. We had bought a couch too. That's another pickup. We had bought a couch, but like we had to, so we had to rent a Trek to get it. So I went to Home Depot, got one of those, whatever, which isn't, it's.
Yeah, but when it's 107 out.
When it's blazing.
Yeah.
So then I drive to Pottery Barn. And they're like, oh, no, we won't even help you load it on there because of COVID. Like, we're rolling outside to you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm like, y'all can't just like help me lift. You like, just get an edge and just prop it up with me. Like,
but they can't load it themselves? Like, we're not, if you like, I'll go stand over there.
I didn't know what they meant. Like, I didn't know if they meant like they don't want to possibly put it on the couch or be around me.
It didn't have plastic on it or anything?
Yeah, they wrapped it up in I didn't know what it meant.
They touched the plastic already when they wrapped it.
I just got the truck, drove there, and I put the entire couch on there by myself. Like, I was like, oh, I just did it, and but man, I had a Dodgers hat on in the sweat up here, up through there. But that's why I was telling somebody else, some hats you'll buy and they have the cardboard that's like in there, and I used to leave that cardboard in there to like
absorb sweat.
But I leave it in there to absorb sweat now because I don't care if it gets down here, the sweat under the bill, but once it rises up here, the hat's almost ruined.
Oh yeah. I have certain ones I just wear if I know I'm going to be outside a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Because like even driving over here, like I wasn't wearing this in the car. I wasn't wearing my hat in the car.
I don't ever wear it. I try to wear the hat in the car, but like you're so sweaty when you get in the car, and then to get the AC cracking, like I just got to take it off. Like I'm sweating in the car. Like I never wear my stuff in the car. That's the worst part about it. Today was 115.
It was hot.
It was hot today.
And I got pants and a hockey jersey on. But they
What's with you in pants? Every time somebody posts a picture, you be like, yo, you got on pants, 100, you got on a hoodie?
Well, no, because I can't wear a hockey jersey with shorts. It look crazy.
Depends.
Look how far this thing hangs. Like
that's a big jersey.
This is a medium.
Hockey jerseys are the hardest jerseys to buy. I have bought the original Coyotes when they had like the what's it called?
The Kachina jerseys.
Is that what it's called? Yep. I thought it was like Picasso or something.
No, Kachina.
I used to always be like, man, look at these Picasso. But like it had
the black.
Well.
There's a black one, a white one, and a green one.
I think I had the green one.
Yeah,
and
which is the best one.
With the coyote with the messed up face and all that. I bought a medium. Yo, that joint was like a cape.
Yep.
Like the sleeves were like crazy big. Yeah, no, but like it was different. Like ridiculously why would I do it? Is this a goalie jersey? Like it was like for pads.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I gave it to Simple. I think I was like, you could just take this. Like, it was too big for him.
That's why the only time I usually ever wear my hockey jerseys is if I go to a hockey game because it's cold in there. And
do you have any smalls?
Yeah.
I've never had a small.
So
all my hockey jerseys are mediums.
So I have the Coyote Kachina green and small, and then I also have a white one now in small. I had a medium, I wore it, and I was like, this joint is too big, but I found a starter one, so I sold my medium, and then I have the small one now.
Does the small fit right?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just
like
figured,
perfect.
I figured all hockey jerseys just didn't fit right.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like, baggy here, but the sleeves aren't like crazy.
See, they never had, all hockey jerseys were either like, they're all built for like for pads.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Like this one I'm wearing, it's got the fight strap on it.
Because if you buy, it has the what?
The fight strap.
What is that?
The strap if you're fighting, you grab it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It has that on it?
Yeah.
Is that authentic?
I don't know. I probably not the way it's built. I don't think they made.
New.
Oh, that's the first time I've worn it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That joint is tight.
It's been sitting in my closet for a while.
It looks a lot better in person. I mean, because clearly when you think of Mighty Ducks, you think of like the one with the duck mask.
Yeah.
That one's so fire too. But yeah, no. So I got like some hats, and they all came in. Some came in, some didn't come in. But like the hat thing is getting too addictive. Like and the pre-order for the hat. So that was another thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, it takes for November." I'm like, wait, I'm not doing nothing. Like
it's $40 a hat basically.
Yeah.
Like,
and
you're gonna miss over $40. Like, you'll have a surprise in November.
Well,
whatever.
yeah, and you know what's funny is that it's like I have some hats I've never worn, so it's like wear another hat until you get your other one.
Yeah,
like, DS something. Even with other sneakers, you pre-order sneakers, like, oh, it takes too long. Go wear one of your other DS sneakers. Do something about it. But the hat thing is becoming too competitive. Like I feel like it's now gotten to the point to where even though like we share all the links, like we share them all the time, it's become like where like you're just trying to get more and more, and like the $40 price range makes you feel like, oh, that wasn't so bad. So when I pre-ordered those ones, in my mind I had to equate it to sneakers. Like, okay, look, 4 hats equals about $165. That's a pair, whatever. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm good with that. But then like, what I didn't realize with sports shops with like that still sell Mitchell & Ness jerseys and stuff, there's a lot of mom and pop ones still.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Like in New York, like there are some that don't even have websites. They're so mom and pop. So there's a place called Sports something, like I don't know, what's 360 or whatever. And I think it's 363 something.
Someone sent a link about that.
I think I sent that one too, maybe in the thread.
That's right.
It's really small, low key, and they had a lot of ones that like were sold out on other sites. Still had like some few sizes. Yeah. So like I bought some off there. Tapes bought some off there. Like, so it's like they're still out there. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
And that's the thing, because they're like, I mean, is Just Sports local?
To Arizona?
Yeah.
Are they still around?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I just bought something from them.
It might be local. Just Sports out here is always weird because they go out of business or they'll close like some.
I don't know. I think they like moved a bunch of locations because like they have one. It's all like the marketplace. They have one at Desert Ridge, like Tempe Marketplace, Westgate. Like I think they moved. I think they moved out of the malls and moved into those shopping centers.
I forgot about that.
So like, I remember like maybe 3-4 years ago, I tried looking on their website to order something, and there was like nothing on their website.
Yeah, they don't put stuff on there.
But I got an email from them, and it was like, oh, we just restocked all these Suns jerseys. And I was looking for a Kelly Oubre jersey forever, and I ordered on there. Next day, I get an email, oh, we have a 4th of July sale on. It's 20% off on any item. Emailed those cats. I was like, I just bought this yesterday. You're not going to make me return it and buy a new one right now, blah, blah. Next day, didn't even get a response. I just got a PayPal chain like, oh, you've been refunded $20 on your jersey. But yeah, their website was nice. So I think that one's kind of mom and pop, though.
There's one at, I don't know if you've been, what's the spot on Northern called? That little shopping center with like...
north of the one or west of the 101.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
There was a sports place in there too for a while. Well, I used to go in there quite a bit. It was big.
Yeah, there's like, what's it called? Fans Edge? Is that
might be what it is? I think it might be closed.
Or Glass Cage. Remember that in the malls?
Glass Cage was in the malls. Glass Cage was in Desert Sky Mall
and Metro.
And then Sporting Cages was in like Arizona Mills, Arrowhead. Yeah. Sporting Cages.
Because I always used to, when we walked in the malls back in the day, like I always go to any sports shop.
Every single one.
Every hat, every sneaker, every sports shop. That's
We're looking for any Nike jerseys that were Swingmans, any hats. Like that was it. Any jerseys and hats. That's all we were looking for. So we would go straight to those, all the sneaker shops, and that'd be pretty much it. And maybe like a CD store when those are like back around or whatever.
Oh yeah. Like what FYE?
Oh yeah,
at Mills,
Warehouse, Virgin. Yep. That Virgin one at Arizona Mills was huge.
Yeah, that joint had the 2 entrances.
But it was tight because like you could go listen to the music on the wall. Like I used to listen to all this No Limit, all this old stuff. But yeah, it's got a bunch of hats and stuff like that. But I'm definitely gotta chill with the hats. Yeah. Like I don't even have anywhere to put them. And now like buying fitteds all of a sudden again because I stopped buying fitteds
because your hair changes a bunch. Right?
Yeah, it does. And snapbacks, like man, like this is a 7.5. It feels too big, so I had finding 7/3/8 now or 3/4, whatever it is hard. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm looking at my snapbacks like, damn, these suck. Like, I don't want to look at any hats I have and be like, oh, these suck now. Like, I don't want this anymore. And that way about side patches. Like, people are getting too caught up with the side patch where it's like they don't even want to buy it if it doesn't have the side patch. And I bought some this weekend without the side patch. And I'm like, forget that. Like, I mean, I like the side patch. It's nice. Cool. But if it's the style, it's the style.
But the thing, it's like, so like for me, I only buy local teams. So like, there's only 2 side patches for the Diamondbacks. It's the inaugural season and the 2001 World Series. Like, it's not like Yankees or Dodgers or anything.
I saw a Suns one with a side patch.
Yeah, they do that, but like,
they
probably have like, you know, Western Conference Finals '93.
See, that's another thing too. Buying a side patch when you lost, I don't think I want that. Like, there's a Dodgers one from last year. Well, the 2 years, I'm like, I don't want this. Like,
but when your team's only been there twice, and you just got to take what you can get, man. Because like, I have so many '93 like T-shirts, like vintage ones for myself. That's like 1993 playoffs or like finals and stuff. And it's like, that's all I can get, man.
I guess because, well, you know what? I didn't think nothing about it until I seen somebody in the comments be like, "Man, you bought a loser hat," and I'm like, "Dang!" I was like, "That is a loser hat." They lost. I was like, "They lost."
You should have been like, "They cheated."
Well, you know, it wasn't even. I think it was a Yankees Diamondbacks one, I think. And I was like...
that's fine. That series was like a, you know, America...
phenomenal series.
Yeah, well, it was so great. And then with 9/11 and everything. Like, that was an epic...
That was just...
Everyone was rooting against the Diamondbacks that year.
That was crazy, though.
Because everyone wanted New York to win because of the 9/11.
I watched every second of that. You know? Like, I remember when Luis hit the man. Come on, that was a great time. And it was like, you know, with the Yankees, because the Diamondbacks... Like, that was... Diamondbacks' first time going, and then like when Arizona first getting a baseball team, you know, you got to like switch your thing, because I used to root for the Yankees a lot when I was younger, and you know, Dodgers clearly, and then it was like, man, I really wanted the D-backs to get them, because it was like our first. I mean, we had nobody get to the finals or nothing, so it was like, oh my god, like this could be it for an Arizona team, and you know, it happened.
Yep,
and Diamondbacks should have more championships by now. Diamondbacks are supposed to be really good. Releases this week.
Anything coming out this week?
What's the newest Jordan model? Is that 33 or 34?
34.
Oh, 34 Animal Tatums.
Yeah,
no.
Suck. The Stussy slides
with the cage on them.
No, the slides.
Oh, I kind of like those.
I like them. I might get a pair.
I don't know if I'm gonna try, but actually maybe I will. I don't know.
I'm gonna try for the red ones for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
And then the Stussy Airzoom Kakini
with the cage thingy.
Yeah, didn't George buy those early?
Oh, he did. I think he thinks he's gonna resell them.
Yeah.
The white ones look okay.
I wouldn't wear those though. That plastic cage is kind of...
Yeah, I just don't understand that. Air Max greens and oranges. You trying for those?
Yes.
That's on the 30th.
I just want the oranges, honestly, but...
I think I've grown to like want the orange more than the green. I mean, I wanted both.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to do what I said I was going to. I said like I would pay $250 for it.
Oh, yeah, that's wild.
I just don't want to do it now. Yeah. Like, hopefully I could get them for $190. Actually, hopefully I can get them for retail. Like, that's the goal.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
But
retail $130 makes me kind of think a few times, but...
Well, see, that's what I'm getting to talk about with prices, which, I mean, kind of touched now. I mean, those J-Hounds, I don't know what the JJ Hound is. What is that?
I don't know what that means. Rico's not here to tell us.
I figured Rico was going to tell us about it. But that, like, those and Dunks, I had no idea these Triple J Hounds, JJ Hounds, whatever they are.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know nothing about it. But I had no idea they were selling for $1,000.
That's wild.
I don't understand. Dude, Dunks and stuff like that are seriously making me... The prices of these are making me low-key not like them anymore. Because it's not quantifying with the, like... Well, how much is a Dunk non-SB? Like 110?
It's 100.
$100, and they sell for like 400 the next day. Like, that's where the jump is too dramatic for me. I told somebody, I said, man, they need to raise the price on. That need to be 180 now, because...
Bro, I said that to you when we were talking about this. I was like, I'm surprised Nike hasn't risen the prices up, and you were like, it's a Dunk, there's nothing to it. So?
They're going to have to. I think they have to just for my own sanity. I can't sit there and like lose out. Like, you know, I don't even know if lose out the word. Like, it feels like we don't even have a chance at these Dunks.
Oh, not at all.
And they're like
zero chance.
$100. And then it's like, okay, you have to contemplate paying $250, but they're going past the $250 automatically. They're not even like sitting at like 200 for a bid.
Yeah.
Like none of these are going. They go from whatever to like 350 immediately. These Grateful Dead dunks, look, I don't care for any of them. I probably would have flipped those. Like I'm not.
Oh, 100%.
I wasn't trying to buy them to flip. Like I said, like if I get them, and that's only because it's so hard to win stuff nowadays. It's like, dang, man, like you gotta keep something, you know. But I don't like the shoe at all.
I don't either.
But I'm sorry. I would have gave it to somebody else. If there was anybody else who like wanted that or could fit that size, I would have got it for them. I did try for a couple 11. Actually, I had Rocio phone doing 11, mine do it 9.5. I tried some sizes, so I would have gave them to whomever wanted it. But they're at what, 1,300? Some of the colors. The orange ones are at might be the lowest out of them. I don't know.
I think those are the best ones, honestly.
Probably. Maybe it's the highest. One of them is like lower than the other two. Yeah. But dude, $1,300 for a dunk. Like you got to raise the price of dunks to like 190, 200.
It doesn't make any sense.
I can't fathom the thought of it. Like, and the one main thing that I have a problem with the dunk prices is that none of these dunks are tied to like athletes. There's nothing to it is an understatement. SB's coming with a special box. Okay, these regular dunks are literally just regular dunks.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, the Ben and Jerry's had a special box, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's an SB.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So like none of these like Syracuse or nothing. Not coming with like a Syracuse box or It's nothing. It is a
national letter of intent coming with it or anything. You know,
something additional. They come with what, an extra pair of laces and that's it. And
that's whack too because like those Stranger Things boxes was probably the best part of those shoes. The green box with the newspaper from the high school. Like they got the patches and everything. Like different box. Those were fire. But like, if you had a Syracuse dunk, like, put the mellow newspaper as the wrapping, you know, they could do that easily.
Something.
Kentucky dunks, they have so much history behind Kentucky dunks.
At least put the high point of the basketball team, like newspaper thing in there, something like that. You think this is going to last till next year? Simple way I put in a thread that this will be done next year.
Josh was talking about that too. He was saying, what do you guys think is going to be the next one?
So we can get on it. Dunk or next wave?
Next wave of...
You know what's crazy is like I had put down Sakai dunks, or Sakai Blazers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. It's like a low.
Yeah, I saw it.
Right. And it's all right. I don't know. Yeah, I like them, but like I don't know why Blazers didn't take off like they did. Like once they did the off-white with the Virgil with the big swoosh, the Halloween colorway and the black one and the white one, and then
two Sakais.
Or
three maybe, yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3. The black, blue, yellow, one of them, and then...
Actually, I have both of them.
Oh, you do?
Man, I used to cop shit last year, bro. I used to hit.
Cop some stuff. And then they did Stranger Things, Blazers and all that.
Which I have those too.
Yeah, and I thought that was really like, now Blazers about to take off. They really didn't.
Well, Nike's, I think they're trying though, because they're releasing a lot.
They're releasing a lot of Blazers, but like,
do you see what they have on sneakers right now? Like you can design
tie-dye?
No, the one you can like design your own.
Oh, Blazer?
Yeah.
Is it a high or is it like the mid joints?
It's a high.
Oh, really? No, I haven't seen. Is it tie-dye? I seen a tie-dye one come out today.
No, it's one you can design it yourself.
What does that mean?
Like it's like Nike ID Blazer kind of thing. I don't know. I didn't click on it yet. And now it's not here.
What does design self mean?
Oh.
Man,
I'll have to find it.
Look at tapes. Just sending hats nonstop.
I know.
Look at this. Like, I can't do it. I told him. I said, we need to chill out. Like, we got to stop. Yeah. Like, we have to stop buying hats.
It might be Blazers, though. I don't know.
Think so.
What else could it be?
I have no idea. I would have never thought this ever for dunks. Now, I would have thought they would have came back at some point.
Yeah, like, I agree, because it goes in waves, and they had so many back in the day, and so many. It's a good storytelling shoe that you can do, but...
Dude, dunks, we the very first time we ever went, I think the first time, or I don't know, the second time we did the podcast, like at a sneaker event. It was the, like, Ben had those event.
The Sun Stadium? Or the...
No, it was a hotel.
West Side?
At Glendale?
Yeah. I remember. Yeah,
and,
I was there.
We had talked to 2J Kicksman, and he had said they don't even take dunks. You bring dunks to the store to consign, they weren't even taking them. That's how whack dunks were. Like, nobody was wearing, and this is at the height of Boost. Like,
yeah, that's 4 or 5 years ago.
And all that. Now, I would have said, okay, SBs will come back, and they'll be, the 200s.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, dude. Dunks are in the thousands. You see how much George has finally like had enough and started selling. He's like sold so many and put them on sites, and I'm like, dude, like this is unbelievable. Like dunks that
he's doing the right thing. Cash out,
dude. They're going for $1,000 for some of these that like I remember telling people no on like Craigslist and offer over Craigslist like, hey, I'll trade you these dunks for this, you know, Jordan 13 pack or whatever it was, championship gold pack. I was like, I don't want these dunks. What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
Like dunks, snapbacks, and G-Shocks. I was always trying to give those away.
G-Shocks.
But like even with and I'll say this, with homeboy Welty off of Full Side, he tweets. I mean, his tweets is fine. But like he tweeted out something that was like, I don't want to say profound, but like probably his best tweet I thought was when he said with the JJ Hounds and all that, he was like, dude, you get into like sneakers like these because you don't have to fight and pay these prices. And he put the picture, they were like $1,500. So it's like, even, first of all, the sneaker's not fire.
No.
Like, it's cool, but it's not even on the level of another New Balance that like, you know, somebody might recognize a Kennedy or Concepts or something. Nobody is going to be like, yo, it's the
Triple J
Hounds. So like $1,500 for those are crazy.
Doesn't make sense.
I could never do it.
I bought When Pigs Fly from the ASU group, $8 for $100. They were not DS, but they were clean. Like you've seen them, they're clean. There's no issues. I bought them for $100. Cat drove to my house. I was out of town and dropped them off on my front porch for me for free for $100. I don't know what they're going for now, but
we would talk about a lot of the $8 group stuff today.
I was weak.
It was funny because
I was trying to work too, and I had my phone up. I was like, man, this is so funny.
Some of the stuff in that group is hilarious though. Like I remember like stuff like that where, because what you're saying, there were so many cats in there that needed money, like emergency ASAP. Like they were like, yo, I'll meet you wherever you at. Like I'll drive to you. That'd be like one of the selling points in all of them Facebook groups was like, yo, I'll come to you, or they add like a little extra $10 to come to you or meet halfway or something like that. Dude, I bought so many sneakers out of there and sold so many in there. Like back when phones were kind of cracking, I bought like Coppers out of there, like Royals. Sold a bunch of dunks, bought Kobe's. I bought Rice Kobe 6 from Brandon Robinson for like $48 or something. And you know what? He was gonna sell me the Kobe Rice 6 for $80, but he said if I took for $80, but he said, dang, I forgot, it was a combo thing.
Yeah.
He sold me stealth grade 3s, which are just awful. And he had them stuffed with grocery bags, which I was like, that's gross. But with box, everything. And I think I paid like $110 for both. I know it was a Kip in the stealth 3 because I could have sold that for something else. And it was like, this is nuts though. But like,
it was kind of lit back in the day. Like,
it really was.
And there was some comedy in there, like comedy.
It would be like some crazy fights and just some funny stuff in there though.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about the birthday thing, I'm not gonna say his name. But when I'm not gonna say, I mean, it was Don. Everybody knows Don on the podcast, but I remember Don had told somebody in the group that like, you could meet me at Nike right now, we could scrap. He was like, I get off at 6. I was weak. Nobody who's listening to this podcast has any idea what we're talking about.
Well, we can transition that into like how Facebook groups are now. It's just like all cook people. We're gonna run a waffle. We're gonna do this and raffles and
like I go in there rarely. Like it
pops up like
the group setting. Yeah, I get notifications sometimes. Like somebody
I turn off all
post.
notifications.
I thought I did, but every once in a while I get like somebody posting laces for days and whatever that is. And actually, I think it's like if people I'm friends with.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. So like I'll go in there, but they're all raffle things. Like buy 2 tickets for this, raffling off whatever. I even seen like cats on there with one of those bingo balls.
Yeah.
Like I was like, nah.
They make those makeshift ones with a Nike box with the ping pong balls and let's shake it around.
Yeah, I've seen all that. So I have
Facebook groups are way different because like I remember being the ones like early 2000s and stuff. You could get some steals. Like you're talking about like need money ASAP. Or Gregory would be posting there $35 for this Kobe.
I used to give away. I used to get rid of because it was one to make room. 2, it was like I think you would see how certain things would happen in those groups with like people would try to like negotiate. Then they get in your DM like, yo, what can you do for this? Oh, you know, I'm in the military. Can you do this? Oh, yada yada, all this crazy stuff. And I think it was just like, I looked at it like, oh, you know, and sometimes it would be, I'm gonna go buy this for like, this was gonna be $400 or whatever a sneaker was, whatever, like whatever prices were back then. So it was like, like whatever the sneaker was back then, like $200. I'm like, oh, man, sure, I'll sell 5 for $38, like whatever. And those would fly like that. I get the money, buy what I want. And it was stuff that I wasn't wearing, and it was stuff I didn't care about. So, but when I think back now, like I sold 3D Kobe 6s for like, say $80, if that.
I just remember your post would be like that. It'd be like 5 in a row, $35, $40.
I was selling Dion's for like $18 and stuff. You know? But like, it was because I looked at bigger picture. I don't want that. I want this. Go ahead and take this stuff. Like, this stuff is crazy, but...
I mean, that's how, like, everyone met each other, though. You know, I know so many people from that group. Like, you and George, like... Don, a bunch of homies.
Yeah, I would have never known any of these people in there. Now, a lot of them... Well, actually, a lot of them were still friends on social media. Like, none of them are at all involved in that anymore. Like, Yuri and Brandon Robinson, all of them. And, like, I'll go in there and take a look every once in a while, and I still recognize a couple names. But and I even thought when we were talking about it today, like, man, maybe we should revive it. Like,
I was thinking that, too. You're like, hey, am I a minister?
because one day, homie was like, yo, I made you a admin. That's what it was. I kept thinking it was like a creative director. He was like, I made you an admin of the Facebook group. And I was like, oh, cool. And I like, it was way after. I'm talking years of not even being in there. So I went in there. You know what? I got 2 stories. So one time I had got this thing. I kept getting these messages from people like, fam, are you going to ever approve my post? In a completely different group, right? And I was like, the heck is this? So I was like, okay. So I just approving all these people posts. It was this ASU, like actual Arizona State University sneaker thing. Okay. So I was like, okay, so I just go on this thing, and I had no idea I was an admin, right? So like somebody had like figured out the password to the account and made me an admin something. So either way, I get this threat from this young kid, right? This young kid, I send him this message. He goes, yo, what's up, man? Yo, I appreciate you hold down the Facebook group until I got back. And I was like, oh, okay. No problem, man. And he goes, yeah, you know what? So if you can go ahead and give the group back to me. And I said, I mean, I don't even know how to do that, man. Go ahead. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, fam, I will sue you if you don't get my group back. And I was like, I don't want this Facebook group, you geek. I was like, I don't even know what this is. But then the other time with $8, he was like, oh, you an admin now? And I was like, oh, okay. But nobody was active back then. So it was like, and then one day I was like, let me go ahead and check admin status. And it was gone. And I was like, oh, that's it.
Who started that group? Do you know?
I think it was Chris.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was him. So, I mean, he was like the main person.
Yeah, but he disappears or he used to disappear for like a year.
Yeah. But I had only got into a group by buying LeBron 9, Plummet Lakes, and this guy, it was Marcel, he was trying to cop them, and we were going back and forth. And like we had these Plummet Lakes forever. Like this is back when the store in Vegas used to do pre-orders. Yeah. And this is back when certain sneakers were like going high. And back then, bright color, purple, teal, we was like, oh, these gonna fly. So we paid, I mean, definitely more for them. Because it was like, oh, we'll make money. We bought them, we were stuck with these Plummet Lakes forever. So then finally he was super interested in them, like, yo, what's up? Yeah, I had his size. And then like I think I even told him like, I think it was retail. I don't even know what it was. I didn't even care, but he was mad. He was like, I don't pay. I'm in this group. This group, we take care of each other. And then I got added to the group, which I will say they did take care of each other.
So I got added in by Jamal. J-Waves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's how I met him. I got Bordeaux off him.
Yeah, we worked together at the Diamondbacks and Cardinal Stadium. So we were kicking it all the time, working and stuff. And we always used to talk sneakers. And he's like, oh, I'm in this group. I'll get you in. It's really exclusive.
You know what's funny? Yeah. It really was exclusive. Remember they would post like people who try to get in and we would vote like, nah, don't let him in. I know him. He's a scammer.
Yeah, he's a low baller.
Low ballers. We used to be in that Facebook sneaker group like we was really somebody, and they would be like, let's go function.
Yeah, let's. You know when homie Chen. He'd be coming into town and be like, "How y'all still function?" Be like, "No, man." Because Because I guess there was a big one, like a big barbecue.
I went to one.
Oh,
well, so
is that where Marcus Funk got drunk and?
No.
Remember Marcus Funk?
That was a different one. Yeah.
That was
that was so
Marcus Funk and what was it? What shoes that we're always talking about? Burgundy 5s?
Oh, yeah. I was always talking about Burgundy 5. I remember I had Burgundy 5s and I posted a picture on there. He was like, yo, the lighting is something wrong with them. I was like, fam, don't do that to me.
Bro, he was the one that was in the Spider-Man costume acting the fool.
And he was like, always looking for Burgundy 5s. And then like people like, yo, we got them ready. He never buy them.
Yeah.
But no, I went to one of the like barbecues or whatever. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't bad, but nobody really knew each other. Like people knew like a couple people.
Yeah.
So it was like, you get together, you realize I only know him, and then you're like, it was so weird being there. Like people like introducing themselves, like, "Hey man, oh man."
I didn't go to an ASU one, but I went to another group one, PSC, Phoenix Sneaker Legits or something like that, and it was definitely weird because I only knew like one person, so I was kind of hanging out by them. But then they had their girl with them and stuff, and I'm just kind of sitting there, like it's kind of weird, but like it's good to like.
Yeah, I think I was like hanging out with like Don the entire time, maybe. Because George was like refused. He would never. And maybe Simple went one time. I don't remember. And so you can't go to stuff like that with Simple. Because Simple, he'll network. Like, he's in that kind of business anyways. He'll walk around and figure out how he could like get over on somebody to get some sneakers.
Yep.
But I just couldn't do it. But shout out to that group.
Shout out to AS $.
I had to start that back up. I wouldn't want to do it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think IG needs group. Actually,
you can't do it on IG though. It's hard.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
What else
we talk about? Russ Bengtson? Because that's kind of the same topic.
Yeah. You know what it is? Like, I don't even have the tweets pulled up or anything.
I don't either. I was trying to find him. I read him like when he posted them, but it's more about like, so you create this ultra like, you have all these people trying to get the shoes, and you make it super limited, but you have more people trying to get them than back in the day, and there's so many more options to get them, and you don't let the masses buy. Yeah. It's pretty much the gist of it. And it's like you have all these bots and like...
Yeah, because he wrote a lot.
Yeah.
Like he talked about like the sneaker culture, this and that. And the only thing that I had the issue with it was like, which I kind of have the issue with it with a lot of things I see right now is, and it's more not selfish, but like back when we first, I always said this, the worst part about having a podcast or anything that anybody does creatively is like somebody bigger taking what you say and running with it. Like, let's say and this is an example, not saying anything, but let's say Complex Sneaker Podcast. Let's say they listen to us, like, oh man, that was a dope top, and they run with it. It's gonna be like the greatest thing ever because they're them, They have the audience. Yeah, so like when I saw it, at first I was like, man, we've been saying this stuff forever. Like, and I will go through IG stuff and all that, and I see people talking the most junk about like influencers and shoe tubers and stuff. I mean, we were talking about that stuff.
Episode 80.
Dude, Urban Necessities Man, he sent me this thing explaining to me about like our brand and how like trashing other people and this and that. Like that's how Kais was made this video about. Tony D came on the podcast a few times because he was mad because we called him corny. Yeah. Like so it was like things like that, and I seen people like, yo, Russ Bengtson, you're a real one, and it did rub me the wrong way because I was like, man, we've been saying this forever. I see people making fun of sneaker reviewers like ridiculously. And I was like, and I remember used to saying this stuff like about the influence. Like, man, like if they get something for free, it's not a real thing. Like, and this whole thing, look, and not saying Russ copied us, nothing like that. Like, I like him on social media, like his political stuff.
Oh,
like, he's a super smart person. Like, I like him a lot. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, what he said is 100% true. Like, I mean, it is. Like, it just doesn't make any sense right now with the dunk situation. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like, there is no... People try to say, well, Travis helped it out. And then George was trying to say he hired back the original designer guy. None of that, to me, equates...
to what's happening.
Nothing.
Because like you said, like you could walk through Journeys or Cowtown and they'd be sitting on the shelf. They still should be sitting on the shelf. It's like they pulled back the numbers on stuff because they're like, oh, these are starting to hit again.
Yeah, like I can't tell if they did that. Like, I don't even think so. They had put out maybe a premiere skate. Somebody on Twitter had like showed some like upcoming that are supposed to be GR dunks, like upcoming GR dunks. But I don't think there's a such thing anymore because
Syracuse's are GR, right?
I don't know.
I would assume so.
I thought all of them were. I don't know, man. I can't tell you. What are the ones that came out? I think Josh bought them, and they're like, maybe they came out with two. And maybe Tate's bought them too. What was a tan and like this electric blue dunk? They're both SBs.
Yeah.
Those were GRs, right?
Yes.
I tried for the blue on something and couldn't even get it. Like, that's my thing. Like, and I couldn't even say influencer. I can't say why dunks are bad. I don't believe Travis Scott has that much pull on another. Like, now, if he make his own dunk, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think him making his own dunk makes other dunks cool. Somehow it does equate a little bit.
Yeah. It puts spotlight on it a little bit, I guess, but like...
Dude, going back, paying $1,000 for like dunks that came out, no joke, 15, 18 years. I don't know how you can do that. Like, I feel like...
I don't know either.
I've never been big on like resellers ruin the market. I've never been big on that. But I think it's the consumers ruining the market. You shouldn't be willing to pay that. That's how
correct.
I put it. Like,
that is absolutely good. Because like everyone we talk to about sneakers and stuff, like Grateful Dead's or whatever's been releasing lately, how many of us have hit on Nike lately? Zero.
I haven't gotten one dunk since they've been big. Not one.
Well, I'm not even talking dunks. Anything.
Yeah. When the last time you hit on sneakers?
Well, I hit on these.
Oh, okay.
Purple ones. Yeah, this year. And then that was the Royal Toe ones too.
Did you get exclusive access to that?
I did.
I did, and thought like,
So
I didn't buy them.
But those are the last things I've copped. Everything else, I feel like if it's not a draw, you really don't have a chance.
The last thing I got was, and it was this year, the 85. The 85.
That was in January.
Yeah, that was the last time I won on sneakers. That is crazy.
And you look at like everyone we talked to: Tapes, Rico, George, Semple, Josh, Jay. Well, Jay doesn't really count, but anybody, nobody wins anymore.
No, I can't.
Is this because quarantine's going on? Nobody's got anything better to do, and they're just waiting to hit, or is it bots, or is it cook groups?
I don't know anybody personally who's gotten anything major. Actually, you know
Don
what?
hit.
Oh, Don did. Don's actually been kind of hitting lately, and he used to take a lot of L.
Yeah,
and it feels like a lot of waves when it comes to stuff like that.
I was talking to him when he hit on the Grateful Dead. I was like, "You've been hitting everything." He's like, "I know. I don't know what's going on."
I've been getting. There was a period where I was hitting a lot on sneakers. Now, not at all.
Yeah.
Like, not even raffle ones. Like the one I won before that was Travis Scott 6.
Yeah, like okay, I hit on both Sakai Blazers last year. I hit on Off-White Dunks. I hit on Travis Scott 6s. Like, that's a lot of shoes to hit on in one year.
Those are some big ones, yeah.
And
some big ones.
And a bunch of ones on top. So, like, and now I can't hit anything? Like, that, it doesn't make sense. I'm not doing anything different.
Right.
They're doing less draws, it seems, which I think that's the problem.
That's the problem, too.
I don't know why Nike just doesn't do draws for everything.
No, every single sneaker should be a draw now.
Yep.
It shouldn't even be, like, the opportunity to, like... Once you get into that wait in line, like...
You know you're not going to win. It sells out, like...
Yeah, the one where you and George was in for the Grateful Deads, and it had you guys at like 14,000?
No, it was 100 and something thousand.
Oh, okay. I told somebody it was 14. That was 100,000.
And I did it an hour late than because I didn't see it. And I saw Don had posted on his IG about it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was going on. So I went and signed on, and George must have too, because we both were sitting there.
I never saw it. So when you guys were on, I still didn't know what you guys were on. And then I looked it up like, oh, it was on the Grateful Dead site. Dude, being 100,000 in a line doesn't seem real. Like, I remember the only time I remember being in a line like that was maybe Extra Butter, one of those sites for something. Yeah. And that was the first time I ever saw my like line number, and it was like 29,000 or something like that. And I'm just like, dude, there is no way. I mean, I hate to be that guy to say, well, if these would have came out like 4 years ago, no one would have cared. But
they wouldn't.
I don't think they would have. Like, and I don't know if collaboration... We were so far removed from dunks that, like, I couldn't even tell you when it picked back up. I couldn't tell you when it picked back up, and I couldn't tell you before that if there was any collaboration dunks in between there. I remember a few dunks, like, you know, like the orange box one day, like a little orange box thing. And like,
and those sat at outlets.
Yeah, everything. De La 40
bucks
outlet.
For $40.
Dude, I bought them for retail and then took them back and paid outlet price. Like, that's how crazy it was. Like, there were certain ones that, like, I had tried for and still got, but it wasn't hard. Like, I mean, I called a skate shop and got 2 Chinese New Year's, like, you know, and gave one away.
So I think the point where it picked back up was probably Purple Lobsters. That's the first one I can remember that kind of everyone was, and prices were a little more, and people were talking about. But I mean, it's a concepts one.
Maybe. Like I genuinely
that was
can't remember.
December 2018, I think.
It was that long ago?
Yeah.
Dang, that's been a long time. Did purples come out before greens?
They were like right around the same time.
Oh, okay. And they never re-released blue reds, right?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't think so. But I could like understand those. Like
yeah, it's concepts. It's an iconic dunk. I mean, it's like if they release like When Pigs Fly or like Reese Forbes or
like,
roller derbies.
And that's what's crazy too. They never retroed dunks. They made a different version of it. Like they turned the California highs and the California lows. They turned De La highs to lows. Then made the low De La to a high. And maybe a couple other joints.
California.
Like, California from the high to the low.
Or they did like different color lobsters.
Did they?
Oh, the Tiffany dunk from low to high.
Oh, yeah. Low to high. And then like you say, the purple lobster. And then they did like a few of the like J-packs in the highs. Like, whatever. So, I don't know. Like, I don't get it, And what Russ said, it's all true. I mean, it's true. It's just now... It's like, do we want it this way or do we not? Because it has to be this way in order for us to like really care.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't, we would all be like the day breaks that came out today. I like the day breaks.
I do too.
And they're sitting on end. A lot of people wouldn't know that. They're sitting on end and people try it on sneakers or whatever. And Tapes got them. And Tapes like, dang, man, I'll probably take these back and just wait till they go. Because...
Exactly.
Because they would.
We're talking about the ones that kind of look like Mars Yard colorways.
Yeah. Now, if any dunk right now, if I bought it and then it sat, I would think the same thing. Like, no, she's probably going to stop. I get these later or something. I'd probably think the same thing. Which,
what do you think? Like Nike thinks about this? Like, if they're sitting in a boardroom right now, like, I'd like to hear that conversation.
Whatever Nike's thinking right now, they're going to ruin it. Like, they're essentially...
Oh, that's what they do.
Yeah, like, they're either going to start making way too many or some... I don't even know. Like, they'll start making... I always said with dunks, the way dunks ruined themselves to me the first time was, like, they got too wild. Like... They got too wild with GRs. It was like, okay, I'm not buying this. Like, and a lot of them started looking better than they actually did in person. Like, to me, where it ended was with those Miami ones. We talked about it before. With the water ones, I thought those were just like, oh my God, I gotta get them. I got these like, yo, these suck. Yeah. Had perforated leather. They had different materials. I was like, nah, that was from like the Tampa Bay skate shop, something. Those were awful. What else are we gonna talk about? Did you see Mache shoes? It's Mache, right?
Mache? I don't know.
I think it's Mache.
You
saw his shoe?
Are you talking about the Jason Voorhees one? Which one are you talking about?
No. He got his own shoe now.
Oh, no, I did not see that.
It's called Mache Runner Centralia. They're okay. Like, and I more or less wanted to just kind of just talk about just a tiny bit only because it was like, it's his first. And I'm thinking of more like, is this way going to be like a trend now of like independent sneaker people? Like, because you got, obviously we talked about Sai before, and Seth Fowler guy, he has a shoe. I don't know if you've seen it, and it's awful. I mean, it's...
Well, what, Jonah Hill?
Yeah, like these are like not collaborated. They're making the shoe.
Oh, okay.
Like, gotcha, it's a completely their own shoe. The Mache one is okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The Seth Fowler one is... They're all safe. Like, if you... Have you ever seen either one of them?
I don't think so, no. Let me see. I think I might have saw the Seth one because I remember that name and I was like, what the fuck? Why is he getting a shoe?
It was on... he's like... What is he, a YouTube person or something? So, like, this is the Mache one. And it's not too bad. Like,
oh, that's not bad. Yeah, it kind of looks like Sakai's or...
Yeah, you could tell, like, the inspiration.
327s.
Yeah. And, I think they're fine. Nightwing has, like, his own shoe, too, or something I saw. And I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be, like, the new thing. I think it's, like... These, like, the Mache shoe is cool. It's dope. But I think it's going to be probably really expensive because I watched the video and he said it's made in America. And he's a customizer. He used premium materials.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, I expect it to be a lot, which I'm not paying a lot for it. Like, if I really thought about it, it's a forgettable shoe.
What do you think retail is going to be? Over $2?
I'm going to say $230.
$230, yeah.
Because you watch the video, it's like the finest suedes and stuff. Like, he's like, this is made in the U.S. Like, and any sneakers made in the U.S. are expensive. Though.
That's why New Balance are...
Yeah, New Balance is
$300 or whatever.
Grip.
Yeah.
you know, my thing is that like I think what I've even come to like look at, and I think I said this about something else before. I think it's really hard to make something. Like,
Oh, it is.
I think like you have these grand ideas of like, because that's true right there. I don't think it sucks. I don't think it's like crazy fire flames, but it's forgettable. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even have a logo on it. Like
That's the part that kind of
yeah, like, and I
That's
don't,
weird.
and it had to be like over brand, but I think he needs a logo on it.
Yeah,
It's something.
100%.
And you
like
know,
the funny thing is you slap a Nike logo like
it would look just like it. And you could tell it got a hint of like Sakai, everything you
Yeah.
said. Like it looks like a hint on a lot of things, but I was like, somebody was like, man, are you going to buy them? And I said, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think they suck, but like, I don't really know much about him besides he's a customizer.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
he's been in the game for a while too.
Yeah, and see, like, I think I probably would have bought something like Shoe Surgeon guy. Like, if he came out with something, I think it would have been more better. Like, he's a celebrity sneaker customizer. He
Yeah.
takes a sneaker and, like, repurposes another sneaker theme on it, does stuff like that, you know, paints boxes and
Yep.
do all that stuff. So, I think it's fine. I mean, it's safe. You know, you can't say it's whack. You can't say it's fire. Nobody. I mean, he has following. Will buy it.
Oh,
Like, he has a
100%,
huge
yeah.
following. Like people like him. You know, I think it's like I equate to like Nike ID. Like I always think like people are always like, oh man, if you got just collaboration. Like I think that's why. Por Familias, La Familias. I think those are why we love those so much because they're really good.
They are really good. Yeah.
Those and then the Kristen Black ones, they came out really good.
did.
So it was like you praise them because they're really good. I don't think I could make something at Nike ID I think would come out that good.
Yeah.
I've never. Have you ever bought any Nike ID?
No, I left a lot in.
You leave them in a little locker
Yeah,
and cart thing.
exactly.
Yeah. See, I've done that a grip of times. I've only bought one Nike ID ever, and it actually two. I bought one, and it was the Kobe 11, but it really wasn't an ID. It was like
Oh yeah, I know which one
they
you're talking
wore
about.
it
Yeah.
in the All-Star game. So then, like, you know, I was like, oh, buy the All-Star version on
Yeah.
there. And you can pick the logo on the back and if you want a clear sole or not. But I did it exactly like the ones DeRozan was wearing. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm doing it the exact same way. Those came out fine. And then I bought that Air Max 95 collaboration with, I don't remember, I said the picture, with all rubber. The blue, they were gigantic. They had a 720 sole,
I don't
and
remember
they were
that.
like, it were blue rubber. I cannot remember. Me and Ryan Swinger had bought them, and we had both got them in, and we were both like, "Yo, this is nuts, dude!" Like,
And that was an ID.
Yeah, it was an ID, but it was like you're gonna get
Yeah.
certain colors. You could get like the rubber on it, or a 720 sole, or a not.
Didn't
a
they do that with
720.
another Kobe's? Like the ones with the numbers all over them.
Yeah,
You could do a few different.
Yeah,
kinda-
like you could do like
Run.
variations
Yeah.
of it or something like that. So like I've never had any luck with that. Like Simple has done some IDs. And
Oh, I know.
awful.
Yeah.
Those suck. So it's like I look at it as like, dang, like anybody who's thinking that they could create a sneaker, I don't think it's that easy.
Do you
look
remember
at it,
when
it looks like
like
a good
the
colorway,
Independence
but
Day
the story
90s
does
came out and everyone went to Nike ID
Yeah.
and just did all price
Yeah.
Air Max 90s? or
Dude,
ones?
that's why
Great
that's why people
panels,
still go in there and make
displays
Yeezy
and stuff.
colorways
Yep.
and stuff.
That
With the
Oh,
Kyrie 6s.
everything.
Yeah, they did the
Highway.
Kyrie
Different
5s and
colors,
6s.
different
Everybody still
magenta,
did
yellow,
Yeezy colorways.
the
Yeah.
red,
And it's like, man, like you
salmon,
have no
the
idea what to do.
turquoise.
You still do Red
They all
October. You still
represent
do
the
Glow.
different colors.
And the fact
Solar
that
Red.
and
I
Nike
want to
knows
lay
what they're doing
panels
too,
Yeah.
on
because
panels
once
and
they
layers on the shoe.
put
So
those
the way you
options
look
on
at
there,
it,
like,
you
okay,
understand
I can do
the
black,
And they
pink, and
upcharge
glow.
too.
A lot of
Like
times
Yeah, they charge a grip for
actually
those,
mention
but
graffiti
I
highway,
don't know.
you
I
see
think
that
they're
people
fine. I think it's
spray
like one of
down
those
their
like
design,
It'll be
and someone will go there
forgettable.
and cover it
yeah,
up.
yeah, it definitely,
So
and like
get
you have to
one
keep it
color
going,
on top
like,
of another color on
and that's
top
my
of
thing
another
with
color, and that's what this represents.
a few other
The
things.
layers,
It's like
the
I need to
panels.
know what
under
you're gonna
here.
do next, like,
So it's
and
on
like
top
be
of each other, and
consistent
that's
with
what's
it. Like I
that's
feel
what like
like
Saya. Like
Pointing
it's
down.
yeah,
Putting down
blowing
their
up.
mark.
yeah.
For the
Sometimes
cushioning,
he
yeah, we
OD
went with a
sometimes.
Vibrant
Like
midsole.
sometimes I'm like, all
Vibrant
right,
is,
I just bought these.
pretty much
Like,
synonymous
well,
with
I can't
comfort.
look
A lot
anymore.
of
I can't buy
different
anymore. You know,
brands use
whatever.
it for
But
comfortable things, so they're chunky.
but yeah, they're
Full
fine.
midsole is very,
I mean,
very
there's
comfy.
not
You
much
can
to
sit in
them.
these all day, you're good. Got the
What else did I have?
rugged
Man, we talked
outsole.
about prices. We talked about everything.
Nathan mentioned
Talking about
the bottom.
Verzuz?
I think it's a
Oh, yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
wearable
Did you watch it? Real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm very excited.
Did
to have
you-
people wearing something?
Oh
with
yeah,
my
yeah,
name
okay.
on it. Another
Versus.
important
Of course, I
point
watched
wanna
it.
make sure that
It was freaking
construction of
fire.
the shoe was
That was
made in
the
USA.
best one yet.
Not
I
that there's
think it
anything wrong
was
with
the
stuff made
best
overseas,
one.
but the
Everyone
fact
was
that
saying
I
that,
can
but I
oversee
feel
it,
like
can be
every
very
time I watch
hands-on with
one,
the
everyone was,
approach.
oh, that was the
You know,
best
I
one.
can see the
That was the best one.
material
Because they've been
and see
better
how it's
each time.
made, you know, it's
I think that's
very
what it is,
important
which
to
is
me
a
to
good
make sure
thing.
that
And they
I
changed
have
it from
my
like,
hands
you
on this
know,
project.
them
So
just
the
playing their
Mache
songs to them
and
actually
Trolley
performing
will
their
be
songs.
releasing at the Mache
Like, as it's, like,
Customs.com
evolved.
website
Oh yeah.
beginning of August.
DMX was kind of crazy though. Like
DMX was funny though.
he bro,
I was
some of the memes
dying
and gifs that
laughing,
were saying.
apparel.
Yeah, they were. It was wild though. Like I
Outdone by
think
none is
Everybody had
Going
Snoop
with here.
winning, but I'll be honest with you, I kind of thought it was a tie.
Well, like to do my best.
DMX was lip syncing though half the time, wasn't he?
Hopefully I put on my best here.
He
I
definitely-
mean, I think he couldn't remember some of the words to some of it, which was fine. But at first when it started
travel to
out,
next?
it looked so crazy because like they looked old and creaky, and I didn't know DMX belly was that big.
bro.
I was like, yo.
But then Snoop started like crip walking and stuff like out there.
Snoop
He was
dressed so tacky.
Bro, that's what I was saying. He looked like he shopped at Gap for ladies.
Dude,
Like
he looked skinnier than he's ever looked ever, and he looked creaky, like he just kind of looked funny, but they jokes and they stuff was hilarious. I thought the music was great. I thought it showed like how great Snoop was because he really didn't have to get out of the 80s 90s. Like he stayed in that good. And DMX music, man, I forgot about a lot of them, and I think a lot of those songs that he had, I didn't care for him when I was younger. Like,
I did. I liked DMX back in the day.
oh no, I loved it. DMX is a legend.
and I still think it holds up pretty well.
But I'm trying to think of this, like some of the party ones, I never really cared for. There was one with a video where he was like, they were like robbing a bank, like
Yeah.
maybe like my dogs. I don't know, one of those, and I was like, I didn't really care for that. Like the first two albums, I mean classics. Like I loved them, but like I thought Snoop was gonna like super wash them, and he didn't. Like I think it had to do with DMX and Swiss. Like they knew how to balance it out and counter it.
Exactly. And also like you could tell that Snoop was helping DMX because like he played like one verse in the chorus and then Snoop would perform like the whole song because like DMX was looking tired. Every time he got up, I thought he was gonna fall over.
Dude, even Snoop had said though, like, man, I thought you was gonna take it to the next. Like, there was someone like, yo, keep going. Like, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, but no, he did it well. Like, I think that was good. And then the next one is what?
Rick Ross and 2 Chainz?
Rick Ross and 2 Chainz. Look,
Fire.
I love 2 Chainz.
Me too.
Okay, I love 2 Chainz. I think 2 Chainz has good music, but I'm sorry. I think Ross is gonna watch him 20-0. Like, it's not even a. Well, you know what? It's even us saying like, because no one's actually like, you're the winner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm sorry, Rick Ross music is like, I honestly think Rick Ross could go toe to toe with Jay-Z.
Oh, you crazy.
Someone like that. I think
No
he
way.
could. I think he
You
could.
jump out the window again, Greg.
Who could Rick Ross go against? Because everybody was like, oh, T.I. Rick Ross would be better.
No, T.I. whack. Man, I don't even like T.I.
What?
I'm not a fan. I never was a fan, really.
T.I. used to be one of my favorite rappers for a block of time. But T.I.'s music did not age well whatsoever.
I mean, he's got a few songs.
He got some really good ones, but
Yeah.
his music is so era. Like, that's what I was like, all right, at a thread match with my friends, and I'm telling them, I said, like, a lot of these people were talking about their music was era. Like, T-Pain has some classics.
Bangers.
Like, banging classics. And you listen to them now, you still make you feel a certain way.
Because we lived it.
We lived it, but like, you really listen to it like I can't listen to it all the way. I listened to Lil Jon Bia the other day. It sounded so great. I was like, okay, I gotta turn this off.
Yeah. Some of that like crunk music is.
See, they solidified themselves too much in an era. T-Pain was that auto tune and the snap.
Yeah.
Like that's an era. So when you hear it now, you're like, oh, that didn't age well.
Well, even like what you were talking about last week with Lil Wayne, like how his. So I was thinking about that because it's like you listen to some of his old stuff, you're like fire, and then his new album, you're like. I think Lil Wayne should only do features and choruses from now on. That's it. I can't listen to him on a full song because like when he jumps on with like Bieber or whatever and you know he has one verse, I'm like, oh, that's fire, that's Wayne. But then the whole song you're like, eh.
See, the newest, did you listen to the newest?
Yeah.
And I listened to it and I'm like,
There's some good songs.
yeah,
but
I didn't think it was bad, but it sounded dated. It's like, oh man, Wayne can still rap, but I'm not coming back to this.
Yep.
Like,
it's not, no replay value.
That's the thing. No replay value. And I was saying that about like T.I. and everybody, because I was saying, you know what would be best for T.I. would be like against Jeezy. And
Yes,
I honestly-
100%.
And I'm not saying, I don't want to say Jeezy's whack, but his music took a crazy dive once he left like Snowman and all that, like mixtapes and the first couple albums. It took a really weird dive, and that was around T.I. era. Like, so I think they can go back and forth with them classics.
Honestly, I think they should have been Jeezy and 2 Chainz. Maybe that would have been.
Somebody else said that too, but like 2 Chainz is still relevant.
Oh, he is, and his
I don't
music,
know a new Jeezy song whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean,
The last Jay-Z song the last one honestly is My President is Black. That's literally the only one. I can't think of another one. A new one.
yeah, he's got that. I don't even think that's that new. It's the
He had an album.
R.I.P. the Club. Like, that's the last one I think about. Like,
I think that might be Super Bowl.
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Hey, he came out with an album last year or this year?
Yeah,
He
it was
came out
last
with-
year, I think, yeah.
I haven't listened to one.
I don't think so. I
not
have
one.
either.
Like, I don't move to go here. 2 Chainz and 2 Chainz come out, I'll go listen to that.
Yeah, 100%.
But the last few 2 Chainz albums have been kind of mediocre. Like,
the one he did him and Lil Wayne do a combo one, right? Because that was when Lil Wayne wasn't allowed to put out an album for a while, and he did one on 2 Chainz' label was combined.
I think they did.
It was like Rich as Fuck was one of the songs, and like something like all those joints from
I
like
think
the
so.
mid 2000 teens or whatever.
Was that? That was a Wayne. I don't know. I have to look it up. But I think I remember something like that.
And 2 Chainz is like newer albums. There's some good songs on it for sure.
Yeah, but it's like out of like, I don't know how many's on there. Like Pink Trap. I haven't even listened to the new. Well, maybe yeah.
The Pink Trap one, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. There's some good songs on there.
Riverdale.
See, I think with like having Rick Ross and 2 Chainz do it, the reason why I think the last one was so good because East Coast versus West Coast. You have 2 guys from down south, same style of music roughly. If you had a West Coast guy go against Ross, like The Game or something like that, I think it'd be better.
You think The Game could go against somebody like that?
He's got a lot of albums.
He got a lot of albums, but does he got a lot of like?
I'm just saying, make someone like E40.
Yeah, but 40.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing names here, Greg. You're not throwing anything out.
I'm trying to think who could even go against anybody West Coast wise. I mean, Kendrick, I guess maybe.
He doesn't have enough yet. I don't think.
I don't know if he has enough, but nah, he doesn't.
Honestly, I'd want Snoop versus Rick Ross would have been fire.
Snoop versus Rick Ross would have worked. It would have worked.
Their catalogs are, that
I
big.
think Snoop would have had to dig a little deeper into something. Like maybe I just up Ross way too much. I think Ross is like upper echelon.
Oh, he's
tier.
definitely great. Yeah.
Like that's why I was saying Jay-Z, and not saying that he could beat Jay-Z. I'm saying to where like you could like, this is Jay-Z. Like it wouldn't be like a crazy. Like I want to see like Future against somebody, because Future, whether you like Future's music or not, or his rapping, Future has actual anthem bangers that do not go out of style.
100%.
Like you could hear a few, like you may not be in your car playing it, but like you hear a Future come on, it makes you feel.
Because it comes on like my Pandora station sometimes, like some older Future songs.
Yeah,
like him and Drake's project. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, like you go back and listen to stuff like that, you're like, these joints still go. Like that's what I want to hear. But Ross is like, it's hard to find somebody to go against Ross, and I do think we'll be surprised with 2 Chainz.
Yeah, I did too, because I've always been a 2 Chainz fan. So like he can dip back into like
Because
players circle and like stuff like that.
People forget you can play stuff you were featured on. So if he played like some of the good music stuff he's been on, like he can go back and forth with it. Now Ross has some.
Ross is on every DJ Khaled album that was released in those times. And those are all bangers.
I don't think if Ross does it right, I don't think anybody.
Well, Timberland's doing it right.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna do his music. I think you bring your own DJ.
Yeah, but he's kind of producing this, right?
Well, I mean, Timberland and Swiss, like the Verzuz is with Apple and all that,
exactly.
so they own the whole product of it all. But like, they bring their own DJ.
Oh, okay.
So like, you bring your own DJ and like, you set your own playlist up and all that stuff. Like the Fab one and Jadakiss one, Jadakiss whooped on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I've never. I think I said this in the episode. Like, I don't think I ever really liked Fabulous music. There was some bangers, but I think I just liked him and jerseys and
exactly.
hats. I think that's made me like tolerate his music a lot more.
100%.
Because as I got older, I'm like, I don't care for any of Fab music. Now Jadakiss is somebody that I don't ever go back and listen to.
Me neither.
But like when I heard all those, I was like, oh my goodness, I was feeling good. Because when he came out with that first album, Kiss the Game Goodbye, we played that nonstop. But I haven't gone and listened to another Jadakiss album. Like I don't even know if he's had another one. Like actually, he came out one this year, I think. And I wouldn't be like, let me go hit the new Jadakiss album. Like, and I think that just has to do with
See,
I hate that with hip hop.
Yeah, that actually, it was nice to listen to the Snoop Dogg one because it made me appreciate him even more because like you kind of forget because he's doing all this other stuff now.
Yeah.
But you're listening to some of these songs throughout and you're going from 90s to 2000s to and still going like even the song that's on the radio now, like the Spanish one, that joint is fire.
He has a Spanish song?
Yeah, someone else is on the chorus that's speaking Spanish, and he's rapping in Spanish a little bit. Yeah, I'm like that joint is nice.
See, and like you said with Snoop, like if somebody asks you, "Oh, what's your top 5 rappers?" You might not think of Snoop.
Exactly.
If you had to like do some research, then you might. But like if I say, "Yo, hey, top 5 rappers," you wouldn't think about it. Snoop should probably be in our top 5, top 10. Period. He's in my top 5, top 10.
He's been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah, like 30 years strong, still good. Stayed out of trouble somewhat. Like,
man, he's on cooking shows with Martha Stewart. He's got his own game show.
Snoop
like
is
smoking weed the whole time too throughout it.
He's the most popular rapper of all time. Like the most recognizable, the most popular, like hands down. But he's touched all those genres too. He's like done the gangster rap. He's done like the Pharrell. He's done the like funk. He's done like the pimping. He's done like the psychedelic. He's done everything.
Snoop
like
Lion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He even did Rasta.
Reggae.
Like he did all of that. So it's like you can't even go again. I feel like he did a gospel one too. Like
possible, yeah.
I think that was last year or something like that. Something somewhat like that or whatever. But shout out to them though. I honestly feel that 2 Chainz and Ross, it should just be fun. Like I want to see Chainz perform. Like I want to see them actually rapping. I want to see Ross in a t-shirt. I don't want them in there on some like super like they keep advertising this as like luxury, like oh man, this is the. I don't want to see none of that.
Yeah, like
I don't want. Yeah, don't come in there with all this jewel and just no. Come in there ready to sweat. I want to see.
That's why it was nice about Snoop and DMX because they each had a little table with their drinks. Yeah. Snoop sitting there rolling his blunts, like
I like that,
dancing crazy, like having a good ass time. You could tell he had fun too.
And that's what messed up the Jada Kiss and Fab one. Fab is always low key. Jada was like fun and all that. Like Fab was clearly too high and Jada was too drunk.
Yeah.
Like you could tell the difference. But like no, I'm excited for this Ross one. It's August 6th. I can't wait for it. I'm a huge Ross fan. Like Ross is in my top. Like I love Ross. Like I just don't. I mean, there are certain songs I was saying, man, you go listen to like Rich Off Cocaine, it make you want to go sell drugs. Rich Off Cocaine is one of my favorite Ross songs. He could play like 5 Maybach musics.
Yes, all of them. Aston Martin music, like all of it.
Aston Martin, Maybach, Hold Me Back, BMF, Live Fast, Die Young, like the John Legend joint. Like he has some real joints.
All the DJ Khaled joints, like there's
all the Khaled features. Anything he's been featured on is just impeccable. Like it's solid music. He picks some of the best beats.
Can you imagine when he throws on Hustlin', like at the end?
Yeah, throw on Hustlin'.
That's gonna be a showstopper right there.
You can't beat.
All right, I got a prediction for this, and you're gonna hear it here first. So when all COVID ends, quarantine ends, this is gonna be a tour thing.
Oh, maybe.
Apple Music picked it up.
They're putting some big money into this. It's a really good idea.
And they kind of stole it because they did Drake vs. Lil Wayne tour.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Which I was at. That was fire.
Was it?
They
were so late. It was annoying.
No, it was the only part about it was because it was at Cricket or whatever it is now, Auction.
Oh, Auction.
And it was August.
Oh, really? I thought it was at not Dodge, but whatever it is.
It's the outdoor one.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
That's way too... Yeah.
It was hot.
Really? Oh, yeah.
But that was fire. And they did the same kind of way. They went back and forth, song for song.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, see, I didn't know that's what it was. I don't
Drake
think
vs. Lil Wayne.
I knew what it was. Oh, that's
They were talking smack on the stage, like going at it. Like that was a fire tour. And I've been to like 6 Drake shows, and that by far was the best one.
You know how much money they would make doing a Versus tour like that? I do feel like, though...
Is it not going to happen?
It will, but I feel like they messed it up by the names are getting too big now. Like once you watch Snoop, DMX, and now you reach the Rick Ross level, where do you go from here? Like I feel like T.I. should have already happened. Jeezy should have already happened. I mean, you gotta go Future. You're gonna have to start going groups like Migos against.
You're gonna have to start doing new people, like newer rappers.
You're gonna have to, but they're so new that they don't have the and one like we're talking like legends. Majority of people are legends. Like I'm not I don't know no Trippie Redd.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lil Pump. Like, I don't. If they win it, I don't know anything but like maybe their biggest hit ever.
You're gonna have to do groups. Like, can you imagine if like they did Wu-Tang or something like that?
Oh my gosh! Like they would have to do
or G-Unit.
But that's where like now you're reaching king level stuff. Like once you could get a 50, a Jay-Z.
Well, Jay-Z will never do it. It's Apple.
Oh, so I guess he can't then. Yeah. Well, he wouldn't. Well, actually, he sold Tidal though, didn't he?
I don't think so.
I don't know. But like, you're gonna have to go R&B pretty soon because they've been talking about Chris Brown, Usher.
Yeah, they were talking about that, and Chris Brown was saying he washed Usher.
I don't know.
That'd be a good one.
Usher, I don't know. I can't say he would, and I can't say he wouldn't. It would be performance. Like, I will tell you this. Chris Brown performing doesn't ever get bad. Mm-hmm. Like, I still see him on stuff dances. I'm like, God damn, let's get it just good.
Yep.
I see Usher dancing, and I'm like, oh, he's so slow now. Like, he just doesn't.
Yeah, can you imagine them two going at it and dancing the whole time?
Yeah, it's different. Like, one is like kid still. Mentally wise, and the other is like mature man still. I don't know, man. Like, I think Usher could be really good at that, but he would have to like his songs would have to be like when he plays yo, you gotta play like Confessions or something. You gotta like you better be right on point. You gotta be able to like make it to where we can't decide.
Yeah.
And I wish they did keep score, but they won't. They'll never do that because if a legend loses, because they would never come back. They would never do it ever again. Yeah. You're gonna have to try to reach the like, not Beyonce, but like, you gotta get out there.
Yeah.
Like God, like I mean, if he wasn't such a psychopath and we hate his guts, if R. Kelly was on there, he would wash. Chris Brown, Usher, every single one, and that's what's crazy. Like I think Ludacris should have already. Ludacris did do it, but dang, I want the new format.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ludacris did it with Nelly, which would have been good, but that IG format was trash.
And Nelly's like connection was like,
yeah, man, they gotta come back and do it.
And what Little John and T-Pain, that one was fire. They gotta come back
and do it. I didn't even watch that one. I had forgot about it.
That one was legit fire too.
That one has to come back too. Dang, that sucks.
Maybe they will. Like I said, I think they're going to do some sort of tour. Maybe it could just be New York, LA, Vegas type thing, but like, because these guys aren't going to tour around the whole city like that or the whole country like that.
Oh, no.
You know, they could be a Vegas show or something that's Madison Square Garden. Like, they're going to do live performances of these once the world gets back to the way it should be.
Yeah, dang, that Ludacris Nelly one would have been a dope one. Like, together in the room.
Ludacris shouldn't even be with Nelly, though. He's too good.
Nelly is pretty good.
He has some bangers, but
Nelly has some of the biggest songs ever.
He didn't even play some of his bangers, though.
He did. He just played them too late. And then when he tried to play him, someone was like, couldn't tell.
He didn't play.
He didn't know what he was doing.
He didn't play EI. He didn't play Pimp Juice.
He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
He did miss, and he played him and Kelly song way too late. Like it was like way, way, way too late. I can't even think of a lot of rappers that like I would even want to see.
They need to put Wayne in it. Wiz Khalifa could be in it. Like, can you imagine Kanye doing this?
Kanye, but see, like. That's that tier. I would say Kanye, Ross, Jay-Z, 50. Wayne, that's a tier.
Or maybe you go under. You go Wiz, Big Sean.
Wiz, Big Sean would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wiz could win that one, maybe. Big Sean
that'd be a good one,
bangers, but Wiz has anthems.
And he's got...
Black and Yellow...
Dude, Wiz is like
We Them Boys.
Yeah,
my God.
Wiz is like mixtapes.
Oh, Orange, Gin and Orange, whatever it's called. Oh my God, I still play that one.
That'd be a good one.
Man, that'd be good. I need groups though. Who could go with Migos?
Fresh and Necklace.
Nobody knows anybody. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm always retweeting some Fresh and Reckless. Fresh and Reckless. Migos, they wouldn't even show up for that.
Oh, man.
They would just send the DJ. They play one song and get them out of here. Fresh and Reckless versus Migos.
Dude would do a flip and leave.
Oh my God. Fresh and Reckless Migos will be hilarious. Was there anything else we were talking about? I mean, I had some upcoming stinker things. What time is it? 1:30. Union 4s, you like those?
No, Union 4s are whack.
They're embarrassingly whack.
They look like fakes.
Now, I don't know if we should really care because we're not gonna get them. But
I don't want them. I mean, I'd want them to resell probably, but
do they really have resale value? Like, what's the threshold of whack in resale?
I don't know.
I don't know. If JJ Hound, whatever, I don't think they're whack. But if they were selling for like 100 retail, fine, whatever. But I don't know what quantifies resale anymore.
So where are unions at right now? Ones?
Like 18 maybe.
Okay. So I think
maybe 2000.
I think this is going to be similar to when the Travis ones came out and then the 6s came out. They'll hit like 800, 900, and then drop back down to like 4 to 5 to 6.
That might be a good way to look at it.
Or even the Travis Scott, the 4s jumped up quite a bit, but for a while there, they were hovering around 4 or 5.
They were hovering around a low price for a while.
Yeah.
It was a price that I wouldn't want to pay.
Yeah.
Now thinking back, like, dang, I probably maybe should have paid it.
Yeah.
But I
think that's kind of, I think they're going to be around, they'll jump up to 8, 9, and then swoop back down to maybe 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, they have to.
They did the wrong colors. Like, why would you put a blue on there?
You know, I feel like they had to do a blue, but I thought it would have to be something just as good as the one. Like, something. Like, I don't understand the clear tabs. Like, you know what it made me think about? Like, first of all, it looks like they're attempting a low 4. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, this is clearly like a mid or a low 4, whatever this is. Like, everything's cut in half on the top. It looks fake.
Yeah.
But I think it made me appreciate, like, look at every element of a sneaker and say, man, I guess I really didn't not show respect, but like the tabs, like
you don't ever think about it.
You don't ever think about it. Like, no one has ever changed those tabs. Like, they changed maybe like the material or the color, but no one has ever, they filled it in. You know how it's like a hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, they filled it in and it's clear. And then the other one is clear, but it's normal. And then they took the canvas on the toe box. I was like, I don't understand. I don't know if it's artistic. I don't understand what this is. And there are a lot of people that are like, I feel like a lot of people that say like, well, we gotta see.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait till they come out. They're like trying to save it.
They want it to be good.
Yeah, they really do, and it's okay to say they're whack. I really had a hard time being like, I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm not copying these. These suck, but like trashing them. I mean, they clearly suck. We don't have a chance. Like, there's no way we're getting them. Like, that's not a.
And like with like the. What's on the tongue? It looks like a fake Supreme box logo attempt. Like, that's what I thought it was at first. And like,
if you look at the tongue, it's folded over a certain way. Somebody put in the comments that it looks like you could fold the tongue up a certain way, but it's not just the tongue. Like, the arch of the whatever that is cut different. Like, the back tab is higher than the shoe, which I don't think it is on the regular one. I don't remember. I hate them. Like,
are they gonna come out with 2?
Probably. I mean, honestly, I don't know what it costs to do stuff like this, but man, they might want to scrap this one. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe that's why they leaked it.
Those are awful. A lot of people are like, oh no, that's not the real picture. Those are fake. That's not real. And then they confirmed it like today or the day before, like, oh no, those are it. So the box is cool, but no. Sacai Blazer Lows, we talked about that a little bit. I think they're dope.
I like them.
I actually like them a lot.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. Like,
maybe this will make the Blazer wave come through.
I don't see it happen. Blazer Wave was weird. I had put Air Max 1 clots, but like it's like renderings. I don't know.
That New Balance Concepts 327.
I think it's one of the wackest. Did you see it?
I pulled it up.
I think it's one of the wackest concepts ever. And you know what I think the issue is?
It kind of ruined that shoe. Honestly,
I don't know if it ruined the shoe or if the shoe ruined their concept.
Something.
Do you have any 327s yet?
I haven't been able to get them because I don't know when they release, and when they do, you can't jump in because Foot Locker is releasing other stuff, and it doesn't let you release.
I'm starting to think 327s are whack. Something about the shoe isn't sitting right with like. I mean, I got the ones, the split. They're fine. I like the shoe. I would prefer one of those other ones, the Calabasas, the Casablancas.
Yeah,
I prefer one of those. Like, something about those seem more luxe.
I think the materials are better, probably.
Yeah, they're better. All these other ones are like nylon or whatever. Even those are nylon with like the plastic end on the side. Something about this shoe isn't hidden right. Like,
is it comfortable?
It's fine. I mean, it feels like a waffle. I mean,
or like a racer or something like that.
It's not like whoa.
I mean, for
like,
$95, it should feel like that.
yeah, like you know how some people are. Some people put on a Jordan 6 and be like, "Oh my god, this is comfortable." Like, no,
it's not. It's not.
I hate when people say stuff like that. People put on like a Travis Scott. Oh my god, I feel like it's more like they put more air. Like, no, stop it. What a Travis Scott, relax. But no, like I feel like me and Simple and Joe were talking. I was like, dude, this has to be in the top 5 worst concepts. And it's red and thing, but like it's like modeled after vodka cocktail drinks.
Yeah,
it's too red. The colors look kiddish. The model was off. I think they need some collaborations need to happen with this sneaker more, but like something different. Like
like the Calabasas or whatever.
Is that a collaboration?
No, I don't know
nothing about it.
I don't know either. Or
The Casablanca.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that
much
a brand?
About it. I don't know. I didn't really do much about it. I just saw red, green, orange, and it came out on the New Balance website. I don't know. 320s, I feel like they're still being consideration when we do sneaker awards.
Yeah.
But
best new coming sneaker, probably.
next.
Or
new
rookie.
model. Rookie. Yeah. Definitely not like of the year.
No, rookie of the year.
Yeah, it'd be a rookie of the year, which I don't know what else would be in that.
Daybreaks, or those come out last year?
Daybreaks have come out a few times.
It was in 2019?
Yeah. The one that had the plastic in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was 2019.
Okay.
I had to do some research. This year's been so weird. Like, I'd have to literally research stuff. Like, people talk about sneaker of the year. Like, I have no idea. It would have to be, I mean, plums, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
right now, yeah.
With? But yeah, those 327 concepts, those are whack. Like, there's no effort put into that.
Yeah, I don't like
none.
them at all.
That little green is supposed to be like a lime wedge. Like, come on. Like, the clear soul is supposed to be vodka.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so it's a cocktail drink in Boston.
Yeah, the Cape, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the Cape is the drink. Okay.
Yeah.
So the translucent soul is like the vodka. The little yellow piece on the back is like the lime wedge, and the red is obviously cranberry. Look, they suck. Like, there's nothing else to say to it.
See, if it's a drink, the lime wedge should be on the top, bro. Like
something,
like,
yeah.
stuff
Like,
that.
I feel like you could have did it, or the shoe should have been more white and like somehow like make a splash pattern of red on the shoe. Something that's beneath concepts. That's all.
Exactly.
That's way beneath concepts. I really don't have anything else.
Been watching any baseball?
I did. I've been watching a lot. Our Dodgers lost twice this weekend.
Well, better than the Diamondbacks, but
You know, the baseball right now is so weird only because what are the odds of, like, hands down the worst state in the United States of America, Florida? Fam, their baseball team might single-handedly stop the season because they're morons.
15 players right now.
Fam, like...
Did you hear what happened to
And they knew they had some and still played against the Phillies. They already canceled the Yankees-Phillies, that was tonight.
Yeah, well, they canceled that, and then the Yankees went and played the Orioles because they were supposed to play the Marlins. So now the Yankees are playing the Orioles right now instead.
Everything is all messed up.
When I was driving over here, the mayor of Miami said as soon as the Marlins come back, they are required to quarantine for 14 days. So they can't play for 14 days once they go back to Florida.
Dude, they single-handedly
ruined the season.
Ruined a
because 2 cats wanted to go out
season.
to the bar. Like, they should be suspended for the entire season. They really should.
Like, if you get to the level of, like, where you refuse to do something, like, you're complete disregard for anybody else.
Your teammates.
Like, just your teammates. Dude, that's almost their entire team has it. And then they were like, let's go play. Yeah. Like, they'll go out there and play. And then now this other team leaves. They could get it, leave, and then go somewhere else. Like, man, you're not even...
That's how it spreads.
Yes. And they were talking this morning, like, how baseball wouldn't have worked in a bubble situation. Like, it would have had to been like multiple locations. I mean, it could have worked. It would have probably been like 8 locations, but like 5 teams in each location or whatever. But man, like, I was like, dude, what are the odds? Florida Marlins, who's been cutting up all through quarantine. What are the odds of them ruining baseball for it? It has to be Florida.
Yeah, because they're talking about like, oh, not all the teams probably play 60 now, so it's just going to be based on winning percentages. Like, whoever's right now the best, just we're not going to play anymore. We'll take our winning percentage at 3-1.
It's weird. I'm glad they're playing. Like, I'm enjoying having it on. Like, I will say,
the no fans is weird.
It's weird.
It's so I've been watching the NBA scrimmages. You don't notice it as much. You don't notice it as much. In the baseball, you do, because as soon as they hit a home run or a foul ball and there's just nobody there, it's weird.
Because with basketball, we've watched plenty of basketball without a lot of fans.
Yeah,
because,
Summer League.
Summer League will have, or like, even when I don't know if it was like high school, whatever. We're like, it's like just scouts. Like,
Yeah.
it's like no one there, and like people not really paying attention. Like, and you can hear the like all that. It feels like that, so it's not too bad. The only thing with basketball, for some odd reason, I have a hard time concentrating on it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like there's so much going on. Like, our brains. I told my wife, I said, it's hard for me to like really get back into sports. Like, I have it on, I'm checking my phone for the scores, I'm making sure that, but I have like programmed myself to get so comfortable without it. Going back to it, I feel like I have to remove something from my brain now to put that back in. Like, all the stats and stuff. I'm looking at players out there like the first time I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, man, look at him. Like, well, look at him, you know? And it's like,
that's the thing. The NBA is like, I think that's the only one that's going to really work where they can actually finish, because the teams are so small. You can all put them together, and you can make it so you don't see the fans on the court, and they have those big like plexiglass things. Like, it does, and you're paying attention to the game more. It's faster paced, so it's like, and we're just watching scrimmages, and like, I'm having fun with it. Baseball. Every time I've watched, I've been like, let me check my phone real quick. Like,
The only thing with basketball I hate is the courts. Like, you can't change the court. Like, they're not.
So I was watching the Suns scrimmage today. They imposed the Suns logos and stuff on the court
for TV.
Yes.
So like, not to them, on TV.
On TV.
Oh, okay.
But it made the broadcasts like skip. Like, it'd freeze and then like go back 2 seconds.
Oh, really?
And then like a cat would be standing on the logo, and you'd like, he's gone.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, the hell is going on here?
See, I had put the scrimmage on for a little bit, and then I ended up like pausing it and then like doing some stuff, and I was like, man, I just turned it off. Like, I didn't pay attention to it. Oh, see, I don't like stuff like that.
And I couldn't understand. I was like, is this just like a bad connection or something? And I realized they put that logos on the court.
That.
I was like, you don't need to do that.
I wish they had like some type of sticker they could remove or something to put on there. That's the only thing I don't like about it, because like everybody kind of looks the same out there. Like the Lakers, I'm watching the Lakers game and I'm like, man, I can't tell who is who. Like, the colors of the floor is so like dramatically different from all the other NBA arenas. I was like, this looks like wood. Like, it's something.
Yeah, and like they're good enough where they can switch at least some of the court out and put some logos on.
Something like throw out some of the planks and throw the other ones on
under the basket at least. Like,
like somewhere, or like even just
half court.
Put all the team's logos around it. Something like, I need something. But yeah, baseball, I'm fine with it. I could concentrate on it a little bit more. But I will say, it's quiet.
It's too quiet.
It's quiet. I find it a little comical.
The cardboard cutout.
Yeah, like, it's just
corny.
I don't know about it. Like, I'm not saying it sucks. I'm just glad it's on. I can hear it. But sometimes when they try to act excited, I'm like, why are you excited? Like,
they're not even there either.
Yeah, I'm watching them like do the thing. I'm like, dude, why is Tim Kirkshin? Where the heck is he? Like, what camera does he got?
Well, that's what we're saying, because one of the Diamondbacks games I was watching, like, someone hit. It was close to a home run, but it was a foul ball. Yeah. The broadcaster was like, they couldn't tell, and they're like, "Oh, it was a foul," because they only have like a few cameras, and they had to wait for the umpire to signal because they couldn't see where the ball went.
I don't like it. I don't know where we're at, like, sports-wise, vaccine-wise. Like, we have a friend that works for disease control, and she says there's supposed to be one at the end of the year, but she's like, it's like one of those things where it's like everybody ain't gonna be able to get it. Like, it's, it's gonna be out there, and I don't know, man. I'm fine with sports being back. I think I'm liking basketball more than baseball. I think I thought I was going to be more into baseball because it's only 60 games, but I'm kind of like, I haven't watched all the Dodgers games. I check my phone for it, check the score, see who's hitting. I'll look to see the score, like, 6-1. But sometime with the Dodger ones early on, they were up by someone's like, okay, well, I'm not watching this. Like, I'm not going to watch. If we're up 9-5, 3-4, I'm not watching that entire thing. Like, I'm not, because you have to really work to watch it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I watched 3 out of the 4 Diamondbacks games, and the 3 I watched is when they lost, and I missed the one where they won.
I doze off. I kept dozing off doing it.
Well, yeah, because I record them usually because I'm doing stuff kind of in the evening, and I'm trying to watch it at like 9 o'clock at night, and those joints go for 3.5 hours.
You know what? I think I'm going to have to start recording them, because
you can skip through the stuff.
Yeah. I got to skip through all that stuff.
Like, they're playing right now, and I haven't looked at my phone to see what the score is or anything.
I know. So. Usually I look at it later on, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. Anything else?
I think that's it.
I think that might be it.
Are you calling Rico for this or what?
I don't think I'm calling Rico. I don't know. You think we should? Did you tell him?
I didn't say anything.
Come on, man. You know what? Look, I'm gonna call him right now, and maybe he can go ahead and just do his 10 first. I'm gonna just call him on here before even thinking about calling Skype. Actually, maybe I just hold my phone too.
It worked last time we did that.
Yeah. Come on, Rico.
I'm about to hang up.
Hold on, let me put you on speakerphone. Can you hear?
What happened? Yeah.
You want to say your list?
I can hear.
Yeah, I'll say my list.
All right. Wait, why you didn't come?
You know what? I was at work. Honestly, I probably would have gotten there like 10 minutes ago had I.
Oh yeah. No.
Had I went there from work. I just came home. Yeah.
Oh okay.
But
well, we're doing jerseys now. You want to do yours?
Yeah, fictional jerseys.
Top 10. Wait, hold on. Top 10 fictional jerseys, team jerseys from television.
Top 10 fictional team jerseys from movie or television.
Okay, yeah. All right. You heard that?
Yes.
Okay. You want to give yours? You got any honorable mentions or anything?
I have a few honorable mentions. So some were honorable mentions because like I forgot that like movies were based on a true story. So like I have the
you don't need to say
Dallas
those.
Carter high school team from Friday Night Lights the movie. That was a real football team, so I didn't put it on the list. The Rockford Peaches from A League of Their Own, also a real baseball team. The Trinidad and Tobago team from Mighty Ducks 2.
Oh yeah,
but that's not
Mighty
fictional.
Ducks 2, those jerseys are.
Well,
that is fictional.
Wait. Was Trinidad was that a fictional team?
That's a fictional team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's not a real jersey.
That's not a real jersey.
No. That was just a regular honorable mention.
Oh, okay. That must.
Yeah.
Okay.
My other regular honorable mention was the West Canaan Coyotes from Varsity Blues.
Those ones are actually okay. I saw those ones. I don't remember them being that fire watching the movie, but I saw them. I was like, oh, them was kind of fire. Them was dope.
Yeah, the shadow and the letters. It's sick.
Yeah, there was the shadow, the light blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was tight.
You sound like
Number
a different
10.
person on the phone.
Am I just going? I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I sound weird. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day.
Yeah, do all 10.
Number 10, the Compton Clovers from Bring It On.
Okay, I was gonna ask, does that count doing like a cheer squad?
Yeah.
I almost put them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost put them on there. But okay, so you did the Compton Clovers?
Yeah, those uniforms are fire. Number 9, the Flint Tropics from Semi-Pro.
Too low.
That's too low.
You tripping,
That's too low.
bro?
Them joints are fire.
No, they're super clean. But number 9.
No, they're fire.
Number 8, the Hickory High Huskers from Hoosiers. Of course.
Yeah, but that's a real
That's a real
jersey.
team.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Okay, so this is where it got complicated because the real high school team wasn't the Hickory High Huskers. It was a different basketball team. And so I don't know if the jerseys were the same. I don't think they were. It's a whole thing.
See, we had talked about
Number
that
8,
earlier.
that's why they're so low because, like, I wasn't sure if it was actually a real team.
You should
or,
switch that in the Trinidad and Tobago
like, it was
jerseys.
fictionalized for the movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. Number 7, the New York Knights from The Natural.
That's a good one.
Fire.
Those are dope.
Stripes, and the font was sick. And then number 6, the Toon Squad from Space Jam. Classic.
Okay.
Number 5, the Dillon High Panthers from the Friday Night Lights TV show.
And those are just plain.
I mean, they don't suck. They're just.
At 5?
Oh, the blue and yellow is clean.
I mean,
it's a nice, clean look.
Honestly, a lot of jerseys are pretty plain.
He's got that over Flint Tropics, bro.
Oh, yeah, you have it. Yeah, you having it above Flint Tropics is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's number 4?
No. I told you my list was probably going to be trash, but number 4, the Global Gym Purple Cobras from Dodgeball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fire.
I thought about putting a dodgeball team on there.
Man, that's why I wanted to go first.
Those were.
Oh, you should have went first.
It's all right.
I forgot.
It's all right.
Joe's is okay.
Yeah, the average Joe's is good.
Number 3, the Charlestown Chiefs from Slapshot. Big Chiefs on the front.
That one's fire.
Also just an actual classic movie. Number 2, the Washington Sentinels from The Replacements.
At 2.
That you got that high? I don't even have that on my list.
What? That red, silver, and blue combo hits so different. So clean.
Hit different.
Shout out. It does. Shout out to Footsteps Falco. Number 1. Y'all probably gonna be mad at my number 1s, but I don't care. Pee-wee, District 6, Hawks from the Mighty Ducks.
No, that's a good one. Oh, wait.
Which one are we talking about here?
Wait. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes.
Rico's list is trash. He doesn't have Mighty Ducks on it.
Yeah, why don't you got Mighty Ducks on your list, bro?
It became a real jersey, and the Hawks jersey is better. And in Mighty Ducks 2, the Iceland team's jerseys were way better also.
I have Iceland's on my list.
We're talking about this one right here.
Yes, but you gotta have Mighty Ducks on your list. The Hawks jersey was tight though.
It also
I like little blood in the eye.
Became a real jersey like after the movie because it went to Anaheim. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah, so I mean, that's fire.
Mighty Ducks did not make my list, but the Hawks did, and their uniforms are fire. And Adam Banks could have went All-Pro if he stayed with the Hawks. Also, he got hurt all the time. That man was such a injury liability. You know, that man bones were made of glass.
You know what? I never understood why they thought he was so great. I mean, he was good, but like they really treated him like he was next. Even when they went to
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I mean, he was good, but I guess he was the only one. I guess Adam Banks was.
Mighty Ducks, yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
He was one of the only ones that was like actually really, really good at hockey.
You know, I was just about to say that.
Everyone else is a bunch of misfits.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was the only one that actually played hockey. Everybody else had like
besides Charlie
shots and all that stuff. They were like gimmicks. They were ice skaters and
Charlie and Adam were the only two hockey players.
And he was hurt all the time. Like he stayed healthy in Mighty Ducks 3, and he was a fucking beast in Mighty Ducks 3. But Mighty Ducks 1 and 2, like he kept getting hurt, and then he brought a knuckle puck guy. And
oh yeah, I thought he got hurt in 3 too. No. Maybe it's just 1 and 2.
He made varsity.
He just looked like he was hurt.
Like he had beef with all the other Ducks because like he made varsity and no one else did. Everyone was like back to the cake eater stuff.
He was like the star, but he didn't have many lines in those movies. Like he just kind of popped up here and there.
Yeah, because like everyone else was comedy.
Like, well, here I am.
He was so dry. All right, Rico, that's it, man.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, all right, later.
All right, bye.
Man, I meant that you go first. I forgot why you didn't say nothing.
It's all right. We called him.
All right. You want me to go or you want to go?
I'm going to go. He stole a little bit of my thunder, but... All right. So, honorable mentions. I have the actual Slapshot jerseys on there. I put that as an
honorable mention?
Yeah, because I already had 2 hockey jerseys on my list. I thought that was too many. I put honorable mention Bel Air Academy. Classic jersey.
That's an honorable mention? Mm-hmm. That's one of the most memorable fictional team
is it
jerseys.
fire? Is it fire though? It's just Bel Air.
Any of these jerseys really fire? Mm-hmm. I mean, what's wrong with the Bel Air one? I
mean, it's just
okay. Then that means you don't have other ones. Then that means all
Love and Basketball, the Crenshaw jerseys.
Those are real, aren't they? Crenshaw High?
Are they like that? I don't know. I didn't really look at it. That's why I put it as an honorable mention. I was like, and then the Miami Sharks for Any Given Sundays. Honorable mention.
Oh my goodness, bro. You got that at honorable mention?
Yeah, my friend was yelling at me about that, but I put a different football jersey.
Now look, is it Raider-esque?
Yeah.
Yes, but something about it was different. They had everything black.
Yeah,
like,
it's fire.
That joint is clean.
It's just a little too plain.
You know what's crazy? I can't remember any other teams that they played jerseys.
I don't remember.
That's what I was like, dang, I should have looked at some of those. I didn't even think about Trinidad,
all right,
Tobago,
you ready?
any of them. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, number 10 from the movie Basketball, the Milwaukee Beers.
That's an honorable mention.
fire.
It's a fire jersey.
Yeah.
Look at movie too.
Oh yeah.
Way better than it should have been.
Yeah, like them. I mean, it's South Park creators. You know, them didn't like drinking the whole time, and the one guy can only do it when he's drunk, and like all the dick jokes. Like, it's just funny.
It's a funny movie.
Yeah. All right, number 9. I got from The Longest Yard the Mean Machine jerseys.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And what made those jerseys dope? They're kind. I mean, they kind of look like the Atlanta Falcons jerseys, but
They do look like a Falcon.
the dope thing about them was like, you know, Goldberg had like the X on his jersey.
Yeah.
Stuff like that was dope. And the
I like
names
those
and
ones.
everything. Yeah, those were fire. Number 8 from Bad News Bears, the Bears jerseys. And what makes those jerseys fire, they're kind of plain, is on the back, the advertising from Chico's bail bonds. Or in the update version, they had the strip club on there.
Yes, right.
But that's what makes those jerseys fire.
I like them jerseys. Them jerseys was fire.
Yeah. All right. Number 7 from D2, the Trinidad and Tobago tie-dye joints.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even cross
Fire.
my mind.
Fire.
Didn't even cross my mind.
Them cats out there playing hockey too was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
they had the dreads flowing and everything.
Dude, they were getting thrashed, and they scored like 1 or 2, and they were going crazy.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, those tie-dye jerseys, those are fire. All right, number 6, I have from Dodgeball, the Global Gym purple snake jerseys.
We'll hear that at 6.
Yeah, 6.
Same ones, yeah.
Yeah. Those jerseys are just dope. Like, you got the big snake on the chest. They
Yeah,
had
it
the
was tight.
warm-ups, the purple and black.
I like theirs too, the average Joe.
Yeah,
I
they're
thought
pretty
theirs
fire.
was tight.
Yeah, when they updated theirs at the end of the movie, and they had
The yellow ones.
yeah, the yellow, like the McDonald's
Yeah,
colored
yeah,
ones
yeah.
with the old school average.
They're the ones I'm talking about. I like those.
Yeah, and then, but when they came out with the like dominatrix stuff, that shit was
Oh, yeah.
funny.
That movie was funny too.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Underrated. Number 5, I got Toon Squad from Space Jam.
Way too high.
Too high?
It didn't make my list.
Oh, really? I mean, they're dope jerseys. Iconic too.
I think we made them whack. I think back then they might have been dope, but I see them now like, man, come on.
Well, it's because there's so many like bad iterations of him trying to make it. Like, if you see the original champion ones that they released back in the day that look like the NBA jerseys, they're fire.
So I don't think I've ever seen that.
You don't see them too often, but because they make so many like fake ones, like companies just sell for like $30 or whatever, and they got all the teams on it. Like, they didn't have all the teams back or all the players back then and everything. All right, so I was 5. At number 4, from Teen Wolf, the Beavers jerseys.
What? You got that high?
Oh, those are fire. They have the thin.
Man, if you don't stop.
Greg, you're talking about the thin tank
You
top
said
jerseys?
the Dylan ones are plain. That's just same thing.
But they had the big Adidas logo right here.
Wolf wearing a Beaver jersey.
Fire. All right, number 3.
You have that Beavers jersey way
No,
too
that joint
high.
is fire. That
It
joint-
didn't make my list.
Yeah. Well, all right, number 3 from the movie, The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, the Pisces jerseys.
What the heck is
You've
that?
never seen that movie, Greg?
What's it about? Fishing? Team fishing.
Bro, it's a basketball movie.
What's it called? The team that saved Pisces?
The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
I have never heard of that in my entire life.
Starring
Who's in that?
Dr. J, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and those are the main two people.
sounds awful.
It's from the 70s. It's a cult classic. Go watch it. Fire.
What's it called?
The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
That sounds familiar now, but I don't think I ever watched
And it's when they they re-up the team because it was the Pittsburgh Panthers, and they basically storyline the like trainer or water boy or something like goes to a psychic, and they get like they try to re-amp the team, and they get all these like stud players and stuff, and they change their name to the Pittsburgh Pisces, and their jerseys are like teal and pink, and they have a big Pisces fish on it. It's pretty dope.
What?
I'll have to find it for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to search that to put in the video.
It's hard because there's not a lot.
Never seen that before.
Man, you didn't watch the movie though.
Is it black and white?
No.
Oh, how you know them colors?
It's a 70s movie. And then, hold on, go back to my list. Number 2 from Semi-Pro, the Flint Tropics. Rico having that at 9 or 10 or wherever it did is whack.
Yeah. That's way too low.
Yeah.
That's way too
Flint
low.
Tropics,
I don't got it in my top 5, but it ain't. It's not.
that's one of my favorite jerseys. Like, having the Jackie Mid
That's
one.
a really good jersey. The blue one and the white one.
Yeah.
Them jerseys are fire.
Yeah. And number 1, the one I'm wearing, the Mighty Ducks.
Number 1.
Number 1. When they came back out with these in the other movie, Woo!
He lost it in the theater.
Let's go.
Did you even see those in the movie theater?
No, probably not. I was young.
Way too young. I saw all of them in theater. I couldn't wait. Man, we watched those, but we immediately bought hockey sticks and rollerblades, everything.
When Kean Thompson came in the second one.
Oh my gosh, we were doing knuckle pucks
Yep.
outside all day.
And in the first one, the Bash Brothers. Woo!
All that. I used to love that. I still watch Mighty Ducks too. It comes on like every week.
It's on Disney. I was trying to get my wife has never seen it, and I tried to get her to watch it this weekend, and because of making this list, and I was like, "You're crazy for not watching it." When Kat came with his lasso and roped the dude,
my wife has never seen any of those movies.
I know,
and her, she's like, "We were poor." I'm like, "Okay, okay." I'm sorry. Yeah, all right, never mind. My honorable mentions. I got Gotham City. Football team from Dark Knight Rises.
I was going to put that on my honorable mentions because I saw that later on.
I put it in honorable mentions only because it's Steelers. Like, I mean, it was a Steelers team that was in the
And you only saw it for like a minute. And
I don't even know what their team name was. What were they?
Gotham Knights.
The Knights? Okay.
And they all died except for one man.
Except Hines Ward. I got basketball, the Beers. I got Space Jam, Toon Squad. And I got New York Knights in my thing. I had Knights in there because I did like the jersey. It was dope, but I got that in my bottom. Number 10 from The Water Boy, Bobby Boucher.
That was on my list and I took it out.
So that Southern Louisiana something.
SCLSU Mud Dogs.
The Mud Dogs. Those jerseys was fire though. I don't care. Especially when they re-upped, when they first had them trash ones. Yeah. They got the new ones like Florida Gator style. I was like, yo, these is dope.
See, I switched that in the longest yard one.
Okay. What'd you have the longest yard? You had the jump?
9.
Oh, okay. Number 9, I have the Charleston Chiefs, the slap shot. I mean, those are dope. Those are fire.
Yep.
Number 8, I got Bayside, Saved by the Bell basketball, the gray with the maroon letters. Them joints were fire. Number 7, I got Fresh Prince. That's one of the most iconic fictional. I mean, that's the first jersey you think of.
Yep.
That and Mighty Ducks are the first jerseys you think of teams. When they said that, the first one, like, you can't help it. That's what you said. You said, like, Fresh Prince Bel-Air?
Yeah.
You couldn't help it.
And it was only one episode.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It was the one episode when you joined the team.
Is that the only one that ever showed that?
So when I've been working at home, I have Fresh Prince on the background a lot because they play it during the day. And I've watched because it's just on repeat. So I've watched all the episodes. And I think it's the only one.
The one where the coach begged him to play on the team and Carlton stole the ball from him and shot it.
Yeah.
That's the only time?
Yes.
No, that can't be.
Because he talked about being on the team a lot, like going to practice stuff, but he never
about like times he had a warm up in the bag and a ball, but he wasn't.
He wasn't in uniform though.
That's the only time?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That jersey is that iconic from one episode? That's a historical type thing right there. That's crazy. That can't be.
And that's like
I have a hard time believing that's the only one. That's the only one I can think of.
Honestly, it's probably top 5 most iconic episodes of that show too.
Holy cow!
Right?
I'm mixing parts of the show thinking that maybe it was separate episodes, but like Carlton was jealous that Uncle Phil started going to the games because Will joined and
he'd show up to practice like sleeping and stuff.
Yeah, and the coach and they were like he was asking the team, what do you do? They pass it to Will.
Yeah.
They pass it to Will. Like, oh, that was the only time where Jazz came in there. Dang, that's crazy to think that was the only episode that ever showed that. I'm having a hard time believing
it is.
That's crazy.
What other moment can you remember that he's in that jersey?
I can't. Every moment I'm thinking of that was all in that one episode.
Yeah.
I feel like there was another one.
I mean, he talks about being on the basketball team though.
Yeah, and he always
talking about going to practice.
He has a warm-up suit on.
But he's never in the jersey.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's probably because they couldn't film at like a gym all the time. Like that court was so small and the hoop.
Oh my God.
Like half court was like at the 3-point line and he was throwing alley-oops.
But he would run from one end to the other. It'd be like that. I'm like, dude, he could dunk from half court.
Yeah.
This court is crazy.
And it's like an 8-foot hoop.
It was so nuts. He was like, there were times when he jumped and you could tell he jumped way too high. Because he was like, it looked so crazy.
He's doing like 360s and dunking. Like,
dang, that's only been in one episode. That is crazy. Number 6, I got the Flint Tropics. I mean, you know, I had it in top 5 at first, but then I thought of some other ones, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put that one in there."
And honestly,
that.
that's one of Will Ferrell's best movies of that genre.
I will tell you this:
underrated.
I've never
too.
seen it. I have it on DVD. I've never seen it.
Greg,
I've never seen it.
Do your favor, watch it this weekend. It is just
Oscar
funny.
used to watch it all the time. I never watched it. I just recently watched Step Brothers probably like a year ago. So
that might be his best too. That's probably his best movie from that era.
Since I probably watched it about 5 times.
Yeah.
That movie is super funny.
Yeah, so because you know in semi-pro, Andre 3000's the player.
Yeah, like I've never watched 1 second. I'm gonna have to watch it though.
And the crazy thing about that, they put his like name on the back as Coffee Black.
They really?
Because that was his nickname, and he changed his nickname throughout the season to like
so that
something.
was him. Oh, no, I saw the jersey and it said, I didn't know that was. Oh,
and he got
okay.
traded to the Spurs for the last game of the season, so he could be on their team. That was gonna.
No, don't tell me the movie.
Whatever, but those Spurs jerseys hit too. It's
I'm
a
gonna
real
have to
team,
watch it. Wait a minute, they had Spurs in there?
because it's the ABA.
Oh, okay.
But they're a fictional team.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to watch
Yeah.
that. Number 5, I got Hawks from Mighty Ducks. I thought it was
Yeah.
I mean, that jersey was fire. The blood in the eye thing. It was a little funky looking a little bit. And I was going to put Iceland at first, but I was like, nah, that Hawks one was tight. Number 4, I got Above the Rim from the Shootout jersey. Now it's plain, and I think they just... Some of these jerseys was about who and how they were wearing them in the movie. You look at the jersey now, you're like, I mean, it's okay. It's, you know...
That's how I feel about the French press. It's not that great, but it's so iconic.
Yeah, like...
One episode.
Yeah, like I just love that one. Number 3, I got Bad News Bears. I think that one's. I really wanted to put it 1, probably. Like I really did. Number 2, I got Any Given Sunday. Any Given Sunday. If they would have wore any other color pants besides black with the black side, it would have been whack. Mm-hmm. But the black helmet with the black thing, they looked fire on the field. Like them joints. Undeniable fire. Number 1, I got Mighty Ducks. You can't not have Mighty
Rico's
Ducks.
trash for not having it on his list.
Not even having it on there is ridiculous. And somebody like him who's in the movies and stuff like that should definitely have it on his list. So,
and everyone I asked about this, they said that was number 1.
Yeah,
like,
it's not even a question. Like you think of 2 jerseys when you think of this: Fresh Prince and Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
Now I will say Fresh Prince one, I almost didn't put it on there because it is. I don't want to say plain because a lot of these I did look at. I was like, these are pretty plain. Like I almost put Remember the Titans, but that's
a real team though.
Yeah, and 1, it was the real team, which I didn't even think about. It's a real team, and then 2, I was like, these are burgundy. It just isn't.
Well, the same one, like the Coach Carter jerseys, those are fire too.
Yeah, those are fire too, and I was like, oh, well, that's a real team too. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing that. And I did have Sunset Park. I'm not 100% sure if that was the colors because it was black and orange and white, but I don't know. I thought it was fire. What is that? Pisces? Wait a minute.
Because it's Pisces, like the sign, astrological.
Damn. Is this a sports card?
Yeah, it's like a fake one for the movie.
Oh, I'm like...
That's the best picture of the jersey, though.
There's a team photo.
Yeah, but you can't really see it because it's blurry.
It looks like Pharrell. What is this? All right. Anyways, you got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's our list.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Like, do all
comment.
that stuff. Don't know when George will get back. Shout out to Soul the Kid for giving us that idea. Somebody gave us a new one. Oh, someone told us today we were talking about the concepts when they said we need to do top 10 wackest collaborations. Yeah. I said, I don't know if we've ever done that before. We might need to do that. And there was another one you said today. Athletes.
Top 10 fictional athletes.
That one, okay.
And that'd be a hard...
we could do that one.
That's a hard list, too. Look at all the movies we just named.
See, there'd be some like you have multiples on a team.
I know. You'd have to pick one.
Ooh, I know. You know what? I'm not even going to say it. We're going to do that one time. Maybe we'll do that next. I'll figure it out.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it, Andy.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Pow,
pow, pow, pow.
All right.